Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Heroes Give Chase, episode 9, one away from the double digits. Hi everyone, it is our usual selves with myself, Crowan, Jinxie Cat, Kendrick, and Faye. We were only 15 seconds late this time, which is a new record for us, in terms of trying to start on the hour. But yeah, welcome back everyone. We are about to play some wonderful Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, but first, as usual, let's see what people have been... Oh, Rip! Okay, there we go. We back. Let's got freaked out there for a second. But let's check what everyone was up to in the past week. So let's start from the bottom this time with Faye. And Jinxie, could you please turn your camera off and on again, please? Discord just freaked out and the camera died. But yeah, in the meantime, Faye, what have you been up to this week?
Not a lot. I've actually been streaming this past week. I'm at that point where it's like, I've kind of stopped enjoying auto chess, so I don't know what to do anymore.
Okay.
I'm trying to find a new game, and I'm not sure what that's going to be. Although a game called Outward comes out, I think tomorrow, that I'll be playing.
Okay.
And hopefully streaming. Other than that, I haven't really been doing a whole lot. Chilling.
Alrighty. Everyone, sorry about Jinxie's camera situation. We'll try and get her back as soon as possible. Can you still hear us, or is it just the camera, or is she out completely?
I think she can't hear us.
Ooh, oof. Okay, well we'll get her back as soon as possible. In the meantime, Kendrick, what have you been up to?
Oh, wow. I had one hell of a weekend, to be honest, because I did play Sekiro, which is the new Dark Soul-like game from the same makers. Yeah, it's about samurai and Japanese mythology and all sorts of violence and bloody gore. It's amazing, and it's super hard too. So I streamed that 3 days in a row, and I have no idea how far we are. I try to avoid all the spoilers from the other guys, like, oh, I beat that boss. I'm trying to just shut myself in and just focus on the game because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to count how many screenshots I took.
I only recently found out that they made one of the games that I played as a childhood, where it's like a Tenku Tenshu Zero or something like that. Okay, yeah, Discord's being a bit weird, but Jinxie's back, hooray!
Yay!
Hi, sorry, I had to change the server for a reason. Oh no, I can't see now.
Okay.
This is what Jinxie would sound like with autotune.
Okay, Jinxie, is everything good?
Better? Is this better? Can
Yes,
you hear
it
me?
is. Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Alrighty, fixed. We did it, team.
Sorry, fam.
It's all good. But yeah, they made one of my childhood games where it's basically a proper stealth game where you play as a ninja and has like the grappling hook mechanics. And I remember playing it for 3 days, realizing I was still basically had only beat the first level because I was awful. And gave up and went to play Medal of Honor.
Nice.
But yeah.
Well, the grapple hook is back in Sekiro, so you might feel at home.
Maybe. I'm not very... In case you haven't noticed, I'm not very good at games that are hard. Alrighty. Yeah, Jinxie, what have you been up to the last week?
Well, we're Gilly Sharks are still undefeated in NGS. We have another game today. If you guys want to come out and watch us in couple of hours. I'm not exactly sure when it is. I can post that. Other than that, we played some DLA, figured out our big bad evil guy's motives. So if you want to check that out, VOD hasn't been made yet because Venus was out of town, but I'll post that as soon as he puts it up for us. Yeah, just heroes and D&D and stuff. Got a speeding ticket.
Oof. Was it speeding to get to D&D?
No, it was to pick my sister up from the auto shop.
Less acceptable.
How far did you make it over the limit?
I almost went criminally. This criminal speed is 20. I was doing 19.
Oh.
Whoops.
Fair enough. Alrighty, cool. Crowan, what have you been up to last week?
Mainly just chilling, doing D&D stuff. I started designing a 5th edition rogue
I
subclass
saw
called
the
Scoundrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
That's
a
cool.
dagger throwy rogue. You can find that on my Twitter. It's twitter.com/Crowan. Any feedback is appreciated on it.
I haven't
yeah,
had a
sounds
proper
like
look
just
at
a
it
show.
yet, so I'm happy to give it a look after
Alright.
after the session.
Sounds good, thank you.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, I mean, if you have a link to it, feel free to put it in the... Or at least send it to someone who can put it in the chat, because I don't think you're modded in the chat yet. Because I can
If you put it in
Yeah.
if you put it in the call, I can throw it in for you.
Sweet.
Alright, I'll grab it in a second.
Sweet.
Thanks.
I'll name. Thank you for
Cool.
the 2,500 bits. Still feel bad for not being here on the cart driver pick bit, but wanted to thank you all. It was an amazing birthday present. Happy to do it. It was very entertaining. I'm just glad they picked that one. Would have been good. That's what improvisation can do sometimes. I have just been streaming, doing a lot more Apex casting. They've just released the schedule for the next DivS games, and it's still on days I can't do because the world likes to conspire against me. So far, no DivS. I did a little bit of Gold League, the HTC China equivalent. Basically, yeah, just streaming and casting and getting ready for this. Oh, and I played for the Betty White Otakus again in Bush League. I have lost my 100% win rate record. I am now 5-1. So, ripperoni.
Tragic.
We did, however, manage to utterly meme the other team because Stark, one of the players on the team, I'm just a sub by the way, he found out that one of their players had like a 66 win rate on Gazlo with like hundreds of games played. So the first game we banned it and we lost. Second game we stole it, went Gazlo, Probius, E-Build, Alexstrasza, and absolutely destroyed them on Infernal Shrines because they could not step up. It was great. But yes, very entertaining. And you're thinking of Stalk, Biblio. This is Stark. But yeah, that is what I've been up to. We'll talk about what everyone's up to in the coming week once we get to the end of the show. But for now, we'll talk about last session, where you guys finally left Cherto, saying goodbye to your friend and cart driver buddy as he began his journey towards knighthood. In the process, you guys decided it would be a good idea to get a new cart driver, because none of you know how to drive a cart. After turning down several very imaginatively crafted names and people from my book, who totally weren't rip-offs of previously existing people or franchises, you guys chose your new cart driver, Laura Alaname, an aspiring mage who wants to go to Holm to try and improve her skills. Proficient in cart driving, you guys equipped up, set off, deciding on the way that you would take up an invitation to go in Lord Cadred's stead to a party at the Papyrus Estate, which was on your route. On the way, though, you decided to settle down, have a camp, which you found out was in Lizardfolk territory. It's no longer Lizardfolk territory. As you guys absolutely destroyed the Lizardfolk, causing them to disappear. They did come back to salvage their dead. But you guys set up camp. And we're going to pick up with the Watch Order, because that is where we ended. So who would like to take first watch?
Kaizen will take first watch.
Alrighty. So Kaizen,
Doing his
give me-
spell thingy anyway.
Hell yeah. So yeah, give me a perception check.
Sure.
15.
15.
You keep an eye out throughout the night. You can see the area. There's a lot of fish in the river. Clearly was a reasonable hunting ground for these lizard folk. You do see what appears to be... You can see... You have dark vision, right?
Yes.
So yes, you see what appears to be a lizard folk skirting around the camp, but it doesn't appear to show any hostile intent. It's giving it a very wide berth, but with your dark vision and your perception, you're able to see it on the way round.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than
To
that,
like
you'll...
look like it's trying to sneak around. Like,
it's definitely
is it
trying to
sneaking?
not be noticed, but it doesn't.
Cool.
Again, you can. I mean, make an insight. See if you can ascertain its intent. 7. It's sneaking, but away from you.
Okay.
Alrighty. So the rest of your watch goes uninhibited and unharassed. You're able to head to your own knapsack. Unless there's anything you want to do during your... If any of you want to do anything during your watches, then let me know.
Just when I go to wake the next person up, I don't know, so I gotta wake up Wolf.
Okay, I was gonna ask for a second anyway.
Okay.
During my watch.
And I'll
want to
let
make a flag
Wolf
for my kingdom.
I'll let Wolf know that there was a lizard folk around, but it
Okay.
didn't seem like it was hostile.
Okay, I'll keep my eye out. I want to make a flag.
You want to make a flag?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of flag?
A flag for my kingdom.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm getting it. Alrighty. Cool. Out of what? And with what?
I don't know. I'm sure we got something in the car. Like, is there like a covering I can just like steal a piece of? Just like 8x10.
There would be a small covering for some of the more vulnerable to rain foods that you guys that have been carried on the cart.
Okay, I hope we eat that quickly because I'm gonna take it.
Okay, and how do you intend to decorate / draw / something this flag? Stitch? I don't... How do you intend
This seemed
to...
a lot better in my head. I have a pen because I was writing.
Okay. Do you have ink?
Of course I got ink for my
Hmm.
pen that I was writing with. I don't.
Is there ink in your inventory?
No.
Okay.
I won't do that because I don't know what I can use to make out of it. So I like get the covering. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be the best flag. And then I'm like, smear some dirt on it and like see it's like not turning green. And I'm like with grass and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And I go and I put the dirty covering on.
Back on
on
the
the
cart.
Yeah. Darn. All right. Well,
Future
that went about
project.
as well as I thought it would. Well, I'm not gonna be in my kingdom. There's no point in making it.
You can come back. Alrighty. Yes, make me a perception check for your watch.
Oh, I need to do it with disadvantage. So, all
Yes, you do not have dark vision.
right.
7. Seems pretty nice. It's a nice night out. It's not raining. It's not too windy. The stream burbles away.
The
Not a
party's
lot
being
of
eaten in the background, and I'm trying to figure out how to make my flag.
Yeah, you're a little distracted by it. Once you sit back down, trying to think of like better ways to do. Like, there's got to be a better way to do this. But yeah, you don't see anything during your watch. So your watch comes to an end.
Okay, I'll go wake up Leonhardt. I'm gonna kick him.
Leonhardt, you
Not
are.
hard, but like nudge him with my foot. I'd be like, hey, it's time for you to get up.
So after Wolf kicked Leonhard, he was probably in a in a deep slumber, and you can hear him just mutter a few words like, Selinetta, not, and then he wakes up and just looks
No, it's
confused.
Wolf. You gotta get up.
Okay, thanks, Wolf. Just give me a minute and I'll take over. And then he puts on his armor
Okay.
and moves on.
Which armor do you have, by the way?
Snared him as I walk away.
I'm wearing the chainmail,
Okay.
the adamantine chainmail.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to look up Don and Doff rules for my own personal benefit for the future. I'm pretty sure we
I
discussed
think
that
it
last
was
time, and I
10
forgot.
minutes or so. Like I think when we fought the purple gobbo, it was like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like putting it on, or like if you sleep in it, like what happens?
The time it takes to put on and take off. So here we go.
okay.
It's chainmail is medium armor or heavy armor?
Heavy.
Heavy armor? Okay, so yeah, 10 minutes to don, 15 minutes to doff. Sorry, 15, 5 minutes to doff. So yeah,
right.
you spend 10 minutes putting it on. It's not relevant here, it's just for future reference, now we know.
And for fluff, so people can imagine
yeah.
Leonhardt with very gracious moves.
Wolf's trying to go to
Adding
sleep,
all
just
the armor
hearing jingle,
components
jingle,
in.
jingle from your chainmail.
All right, and then I guess he'll go and watch.
Okay. You also do not have dark vision, so make your perception check.
Then we shall do.
Similar to
Hey,
Wolf, you don't see a huge amount. You take a look around. The immediate area around your camp seems fine.
We're about to get dunked on.
You can see your new cart driver
Mm-hmm.
napping away.
Did we get a physical description of Laura?
You did. I don't remember
Could
what
you
it
could
is.
you quickly repeat it because I
Nope.
forgot?
So did I.
Yeah,
She's
I
got a
will-
long red
She's-
mohawk and.
No, she has dirty blonde hair. I wrote it down.
Oh.
That's true. She was very dirty when we first saw her in the city.
Happy birthday, Alan Aim.
That's about all I have.
Dirty blonde has a hair color.
For a description,
Um,
she has dirty blonde hair.
But a dirty blonde is a color, not like it's blonde hair but dirty.
Yeah, I know, I remember, but I also remember you said that she had like mud on her face. And...
Oh yeah, she was dirty too, but still. Alrighty. Yeah. Anything else you want to do in your watch, Leonhardt?
Not really. Just keep an eye out for anything suspicious, I guess, and try to keep an eye on the new guest. Just I'm not really like suspecting her of anything, but just want to make sure she doesn't run away or she's not feeling uncomfortable and stuff like that.
Okay. I guess that's an insight check. Just sort of see if she
Okay.
intends to run. Or is uncomfortable.
Just in
Or is
general,
uncomfortable.
just in general, what kind of
Yeah,
sleep
get
she's
a
got.
read. Get a read on her.
fully-
Yeah.
Okay. 18.
A little bit tossing and turning. You can see that she has a very small cloth pouch that she's holding very close to her in her sleep.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of tossing and turning. Might just be a little perturbed from seeing the lizard folk, but otherwise is staying asleep at least.
Okay.
Alrighty. Your watch comes to an end. You go over to wake Shivari. She's
right.
not dead, so your watch couldn't have gone that bad.
Yeah, Leonhardt just approaches Shivari very carefully and touches her on the shoulder, shakes her a little bit, and then says, Shivari, it is your turn.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. Anything you want to do during your watch, Shivari?
No, just keep an eye out, looking for any of the lizard folk if they're coming by.
Okay. Give us that perception. You have dark vision, so yay. Only
Very
slightly better
sound.
though. Keep a lookout. Don't really notice much. Burbling of the stream, the deep breaths of your allies. Your watch goes by fairly uneventful. As you can hear like the small sounds of animals off in the woods. But yeah, that's about it. As
Right.
morning rolls around and you all wake up to find that 2 days worth of horse feed has been stolen from the cart,
Oh.
which leaves you with 8 days worth.
Who notices it first?
Whoever would go to the cart first, it's pretty obvious. You can see 2 large sacks are missing.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, one large sack. I think it's like two per. Actually, no. This would be 5 days because they all come in big sacks. This would be 5 days worth of feed is missing. So you have 5 days left of feed for the horses.
Well, this is most unfortunate. I do not have an explanation. No one seems to have noticed anything. Kaizen, friend, would you try your best to search for some tracks?
Yeah, of course, I will do. Maybe I did on my watch. I saw one lizard man seem to be giving our encampment a very wide berth. Wolf, you did not see anything? Wolf?
Yeah.
You did not see anything?
Oh,
It
no.
was-
No, no, I was doing something else. I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
It
You
would be
were
very
what?
unusual for a lizard men to steal a horseweed, wouldn't it? Now, this kind of thing is usually only of worth for people or creatures who either use horses themselves or are herbivores, I would say.
This displeases the king.
Yes, Wolf, you said you were doing something else?
Oh yeah, I made a flag. I tried to, but I didn't have anything to make a flag with.
During your watch, where you were to watch.
I watched the flag really good.
I'm pretty sure the
I'm
king would
sorry,
not be
guys.
pleased with that.
Oh no, the king was fine with it.
So, I think we have
I'm sorry. I'm
different
sorry.
definitions of watch.
I know. I got distracted. I'm sorry, guys. Man.
Well,
Make myself as small and pathetic looking as I can.
Roll.
I'm
Yes.
really sorry.
suppose a good thing it was not worse. Can replace horse feed, but if we were attacked or something, could have been much worse.
Leonhard didn't notice it either. Neither did you, so it's not my fault.
You admitted you were not watching when it was your watch. I don't know why you're trying to pass blame in this scenario.
I'm gonna lay down next to Emmy.
Now, comrades, this is a very unfortunate situation. It's, in fact, the first time anything like this happened to us. I'm sure that in the future watches to come, we're all going to watch on our possessions with eagle eyes. Now, Kaizen, would you be so kind as to track some of the, or track down some potential tracks? And in the meantime, Wolf, would you be so kind and show me the flag you drew? Or the flag you made?
I'm gonna just kind of gesture to the dirty rag.
You see the cover of the cart, which has grass stains and dirt on it.
I don't have a pen.
So when Leonhard looks at the flag, what does he see?
You see a tarp with dirt and grass on it.
I didn't have a pen.
Good job, Wolf. I'm pretty sure if we give you the right tools, you could probably think of a banner logo.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll work really hard on it.
Alrighty.
And Kazan would attempt to try to see if there's any tracks of who
Okay.
stole
Alright.
the bag.
So that would be survival. I believe we're in your favorite terrain as well, so I don't
Mhm.
remember exactly what difference
For
that makes.
forest. Get advantage.
Then go for it.
Oh wait, no, my fishing bonus is doubled. Just kidding.
That's fine. Your proficiency bonus should be 2 at the moment, so add a 2
yeah,
to this.
so it's 22.
Hot damn. You see pretty easily the tracks of something non-humanoid. It's definitely feet, but non-humanoid. large claws on the feet, coming out of the river to your cart, and then back to the river. From the river, you lose the trail because there is nothing to follow.
Back to the river. Okay. I also know there was only one creature, I assume,
Only
or were
one.
there more? Okay, and then the size and how long ago they
The
passed through
size is it's a large creature,
the river. Oh.
and how long ago? Give or take somewhere between 4 and 5 hours. So probably like close to the halfway point between Woof and Leonhardt's watches.
Okay.
You traitor.
That's what my ability does.
Could have been either of them. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay.
Traitorous DM giving out the facts.
Kaizen inspects these tracks and goes to the river.
I mean, if you want to try and
Because
discern what it is, I can let you make a nature check if you want to try.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
11.
Okay, it's definitely reptilian, but doesn't look lizard folk.
Okay. Kaizen wants to. How wide is this river?
Let me just bring you back to the map. Let's do that. Make this easier. There you
go. And at what point was the track?
Hang on, let me get rid of a couple of... I mean, none of the lizard folks that are on screen, except for what's left of the carcasses, are still here.
Yeah.
But it would be about here that they popped in.
Okay. Sure, guys, I would cross the river and see if he sees any tracks on the other side.
Okay. You cross the river, make another survival check.
23.
Why do I let you roll things? Okay, where were they? You see a lot of tracks. None matching the size of what was taken. Of what you saw, sorry. Definitely, you can see a lot of the lizard folk tracks from yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Kazano cross back over the river and say, seems it was a larger creature. Came through here, maybe 4 or 5 hours ago. Something like that. They went into the river here and then went back through. I don't see the matching tracks on the other side though. But it was some sort of large creature, reptilian in nature. Does not seem to be
large
lizard
creature,
folk.
you say?
Appears to be so, yes.
With your knowledge about nature and all of its inhabitants, do you remember on top of your head, Kaizen, a creature that could move this silently and swiftly while being that large?
Maybe it never left the river.
Also possible. Did it drag the horse feed into the river? Perhaps. And why would it steal it in the first place then? I do not know. But, I don't know, large creatures, reptilian, crocodile or something as such, but don't know why a crocodile would steal horse feed.
Yeah, most peculiar. Leonhardt would like to go back to the crime scene and just look at, like, I guess the horse feed was all lined up next to one another, like the different sacks.
Yeah, there's 2 sacks, each with 5 days worth of horse feed. One of them's still there. The other one that was on top was dragged off.
Okay.
You know, we could, if we want, since it was not lizard folk, you say,
Do not think so.
we could go ask them. Or I could go ask them. They might know if there are other creatures of that size. we
Where
are-
do we know where the lizard folk are?
I mean, I'm sure they're not that far away. This was their land, after all.
I mean, then they left their land and stole it onto us.
I mean, you did say you saw one last night, yeah?
Hey, there was one lone one, sort of over that direction, giving us wide berth of the camp. Do not know where he went after that, though.
Point being, they may not be that far away. If we really wanted to find out, they would probably know, since this was their land.
Perhaps so, yes. We could follow the tracks, perhaps, to lead us to them.
True.
But
I don't know how much we want to put into this for horse feed, but
yes, it might not be worth it at that point. Might be more trouble for just
At
horse
this-
feed.
At this point, I think we have to decide whether we let the thief get away, or if we make an example and we teach this thief a lesson. But I agree with you. It would probably be a big waste of time. Let's put it frank, for a very small potential reward.
Yes, I probably agree with this. I think at that, wherever we are going along the way, they probably have horse feed. We could acquire some from there, no?
probably. We are stopping at the party, yeah? They probably have horse feed.
Yes, I would assume so. But maybe not, I don't know. Do they have horses? I am not from these lands, so...
I am not from here either, but I would guess that they would. This is one of the fastest ways to travel, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Since we still have enough to feed the horses for another 5 days-ish, I think we're definitely going to find new supplies on the way.
Also,
Yeah, of
Kendrick, you would
course.
know that it is a pretty big status symbol for lords to have horses and stuff, and to ride
Right,
as
right.
leisure animals as opposed to beasts of burden.
Right. And how much time left until we reach the facilities for this party?
2 days, 3 days, 2
Okay,
days. Yeah, 2
so-
days if you push it.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. So, comrades, I think it is safe to say that we will have enough supplies until we reach the manor. However, we need to make sure that over the next 2 to 3 days, we pay special attention to the remaining food, or horse food, so we better take good care of it.
Indeed.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well then, I think if it's settled, then we can probably just move on and try to close into the manor as quickly as possible. Or is there anything else that we need to get done?
I believe we can proceed. Just need to keep watch out and be especially careful around water.
Perhaps we shouldn't choose, or perhaps we should choose our next location of rest a little bit further away from the waters. Good idea, Kaizen.
Yes, I mean, the horses will need water, but should just approach with care when we need to.
Alright.
But yes, we can be on our way.
Okay. You all pack up. Anyone want to do anything left to the campsite, or the corpses of the what's left of the corpses of the lizard men that are still there?
That's fine.
Alrighty. Then, with that, you'll pack up shop and get back on the road. As Laura is on the Laura's on the cart. She's been listening the entire time and acknowledges, doesn't seem to be in disagreement that chasing after something potentially dangerous is potentially a bad idea. Or could be a waste of time. Either way, she seems pretty enthusiastic about the whole not chasing dangerous things idea. She gets back on the cart, looks back. So, we ready to go?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Alrighty. Do you looks to Leonhardt? Do you want us to push it and go a bit faster? It might be a bit riskier, but we could get there in less time. It might wear out the horses a bit, but if we're going to a party, they'd have time to rest. I can look after them if that's needed.
Well, Miss Alaname, I think it is a most splendid idea to go a little bit faster, and it would also be a great opportunity for you to display your skills.
All right. Then definitely hold on to yourselves and your possessions. We're gonna give it some speed. It's gonna give a spur on to the horses, and you guys pick up from the usual trot you've been going to a steady gallop. You make your way. Maybe, actually, a canter's halfway in between trot and gallop, isn't it? So it would be a steady canter.
Mm-hmm.
I know horse terminology. Come at me, the chat. You guys make your way along. So, anyone have anything they want to do on the journey? Any watch? And is anyone going to keep watch? Any watch you will make will be at disadvantage because you are moving faster.
Nope, I'm
Yeah.
bad at that.
As I know, most definitely be on alert.
Okay, you can.
Yeah,
make a-
Leonard as well.
Okay, one of you can make a perception check, we'll say, as opposed to, or both. One of you normally, or both of you at disadvantage. Let's do it that way.
Kaizen, go for number one.
Or perception?
Yes, just to keep an eye out on the way through.
17.
Cool.
Nice.
As you're riding through the woods, you guys, Kaisan keeps an eye out with the help of Leonhardt on the odd occasion, pointing out things that might be of interest, like pointing out that there was a road up ahead. As you do pass down that, you see a sign that does point in a sign down that road, pointing to the south. To the southwest, saying to Holm, Borodbesk as well, and then one pointing to the east, saying to Luzek. But you guys pass through and keep going down the southwest. Luzhek. Luzhek. Luzhech. The German. Help us pronounce this. It seems like a
Can
German
you spell
word.
it again?
Luzhech. It seems like it's
H-
spelt like a German word. How would you pronounce that?
Oh, can you write that down? It's really hard for me to
Yes,
picture
no
it right
worries, no worries. I'm going to send it from we'll send it from this account.
now. Okay. Actually, it looks a little more like Eastern European, like Czech or something. But I would say Lusek.
Lusek. Okay, fair enough. Well, as an inspiration, this entire area is, via my incredibly low knowledge of history and Europe in general, is attempted to be inspired via pre-Prussia-esque area.
Nice.
So that kind of area is the initial plan for it. So German would be more appropriate here. So it's good to ask.
I know some of those words, like inspired.
Do you know where Prussia is?
No.
Okay.
Yes, I
Prussia,
do.
Prussia is what Germany used to be.
Okay.
Basically, there was a load of smaller areas. One of them was Prussia. Prussia took over all the others, and that became Germany. They also took over part of Austria-Hungary, which used to be one country as well. Then there was a whole thing with many wars. So yeah.
I can hear your heart crying, Kendrick.
Basically,
As I
okay,
butcher
so
its history.
since I'm currently located in Bavaria, and I'm from Bavaria, so there's this old animosity between Bavarians and Prussians, and Bavarians like to call everyone who's not Bavarian Prussians, even if when they're not. So Prussia usually used to be like Eastern Germany, parts of Poland, parts of Czech Republic, and They were pretty much the military power, German-speaking military, because they were pretty hard on the military. That they basically had all these values that defined a lot of Germans or that defined Germany to other people in Europe, like discipline, being on time, being very strict, and stuff like that.
Yes, whereas
Okay,
the UK's
today I
values,
learned. That's really
The
fascinating.
more you know.
yeah, whereas the UK values came from a combination. The lower class values came from the Saxons, and our upper class values came from being invaded repeatedly by the French. So cool.
Here, if you can't shoot, you ain't shit.
Alrighty, so you guys keep going along the route. I've been seeing everyone that there is a little bit of fluctuation with the stream. It seems to be fine most of the time. Sorry about the odd frame drop. It just appears to be a thing that's happening today.
It's my fault, guys. I have potato internet, so I had to
No,
move
it's
it to
on the
potato
stream. It's my
server.
side.
Oh.
Yeah, German audience is out. See you, nerds. Alrighty. So,
don't you ever call Austrian people German? They will not forgive you.
oh yeah, they're not happy about that. AK Faust, thank you very much for the sub. 2 month subs. Alright, let's carry on. You guys continue continue down the road. You spot the sign on the way past, and you do spot several carts on the way. They seem mostly unmanned merchant carts. You can see one's completely empty. Leonhardt, you would recognize this as one of the carts that was sent out weeks before you. From Gomel, so you're able to. You see that heading past. It's clearly done its drop off and is either heading back to where it came from or heading back to Gomel to pick up another load.
Do I see the driver or do I see people on it?
You see the driver, yeah.
But no Homeland Security person.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I just give a salute and that's it.
They acknowledge you on the way past as you move past relatively quickly. Alrighty. So, you keep that up. You can make one more perception check for the day if you wish.
Sure.
As you start to approach the later time of day.
Where did that? Okay, here we go.
Oh damn! Yeah, you keep an eye out. You do spot as you pass by the road. You pass by the road. You carry on the road. You do spot what appears to be a dead rabbit by the side of the road that has clearly been killed by something. You move by quick enough to not really see what it is. Otherwise, so you know there are predators in these woods.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, not a huge amount to see again. You're on you see once again a couple more carts coming by, a lot of merchants heading to and fro. You see one caravan comes past on a very thin bit of road. It takes a little bit of a squeeze, and the horses do have to slow down at least a little bit for that. But overall, you start to make it into the night, or into the dusk, into the evenings.
Sure. Kazan will just have a longbow at the ready, just in case anything were to attack.
Alrighty. So you are, as the evening goes on, Laura looks back and says to you all, "Horses are probably getting a bit tired. Do you want to stop, or I can push them a little bit harder?"
Let's not overdo it, Laura. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but there's no need to go on a violent march. This is not a military mission after all, so I think the well-being of both our passengers and the animals is more important. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Alright. You guys, in that case, find a spot to set up camp. There's a small clearing as that you do pass through with the road, so you don't have to go too far out your way. Not too much of an issue. Literally just pull to the side and park up. And are able to set up your tents. And we'll do the watch rotation. Who wants to go where?
This time Leonhard wants to go first. He's like trying to act like a role model. You can tell he's a little bit more, strict. He's a little bit more professional this time, and says, just to make sure that we're not going to lose any more possessions, I shall take the first watch. And ladies and gentlemen, let's keep our guard at the very highest.
Alrighty.
Yes, of course.
Cool. Alright, so in that case... tell you what, let's not... Because it's early in the night. So
Mhm.
it's getting dark, but it's not black yet.
Yes.
Make a regular perception check, but we're going to -3 from it. For the
Okay.
dimming light.
Before Leonhard goes on his watch, he would like to approach Laura
Okay.
and ask her, Miss Alaname, would you be so kind and spare me some company for this first watch?
Yes, of course. I don't mind. I'll help.
Fantastic. And then he's just basically not really forcing her into it, but she could probably tell that he was quite sincere about it.
Okay. Yeah, she doesn't seem unwilling or anything. Seems pretty happy to sit down for a bit. Sit down, join along. So yeah.
I guess during the watch, Leonhard would watch her a little bit and probably engage in some small talk, some conversation.
Make a check first, and then I'll piece some small talk.
Yeah, have an 18.
You already did. Cool. So 18. That's but a -3 on that, or did you already do the -3?
That's a -3, so it's a 15 then.
Okay. So 15. Still pretty good. Yeah. You take a look around. The area you've chosen is very empty. You've got a good view into the forest a lot of the times. I'll let you know if anything pops up during your chat with Laura. So yeah, Laura's sitting down. Again, you can see she's still holding this little bag. But
So, Miss Alaname,
yes.
and during the entire conversation, Leonhard would not really just focus all the attention on her, but he would like casually watch to the left, to the right, just to see if anything suspicious pops up.
Yeah, you're still
and he
on
would be,
watch.
yeah. Okay. So, Miss Alaname, tell me a little bit more about yourself. You seem very engaged and very diligent and very enthusiastic, and all these attributes, all these adjectives, I can very much appreciate on a mission like this.
I mean, if you work hard, you'll get what you need. If you're nice to people, they'll be more likely to give you what you want. That's
Give
my
and take.
policy in life
Give
and
and
magic.
take, yes. About these magical abilities of yours, could you elaborate a little bit more on where you learned them and what lies in your realm of possibility?
Well, I started with one moment. I started at Swogwart School of Magecraft and Magical Theory in Jogma. But I moved out. I didn't really fit in there, so I moved down here to try and go to Holm Academy, the Academy of Hexagon Herbalism. It felt more right.
Okay. And about these stolen sacks of horse feed, you didn't happen to witness anything, did you?
Oh no, I was asleep.
I see. Most unfortunate in an event like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. If you want me to start taking watches, I can try and help that way.
If we were to encourage such a duty onto you, I would first have to know that you can take care of yourself in the case of an emergency or an attack. Would that be the case?
Maybe. I have some magical abilities, as I said. I can't really use a weapon, but I mean, I have a stick. Holds up like a quarterstaff.
So what were to happen if, let us say, a creature of the forest, a wolf, a bear, something of those sorts, were to attack you? How would you defend yourself? Using magic, or does your magical abilities...
Definitely magic.
Mm-hmm. And what would you do to an attacker?
Probably try and scare it off first, and then if not, just blast it, I guess. It's the best way I can put that.
Okay.
It depends if it's a creature or a person. I'm better with people.
I see. That is good to know, Miss Alanim. Very good to know indeed. Well, that was it for now. It was very good talking to you. I might come back to your services later. For now, keep up the good job. And if there's anything you require assistance with, and he shares a flashing smile, you know who to ask.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, if you need demonstrations or anything for me to prove myself, then I can try a little if you need it.
Well, for now, it is best for all of us to keep you out of harm's way for as much as we can. We don't want to lose another driver, do we?
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And honestly, that was dangerous. That was scary.
What was scary?
The lizard folk from yesterday.
Oh, well, but a minor threat. Nothing a man of my caliber couldn't handle.
Still a little scary though. Not like I said. I'm better with people, and maybe one or two at a time. Not that many, especially.
Well, I'm sure you've got other things to take care of. Thank you very much for sharing your attention with me, Lady Alanim, and I'll see you on the morrow.
Thank you, Celine Hart. I'm gonna go to sleep. And heads over to her bedroll and lays down, covers up, and goes to sleep. Alrighty.
Good.
So yeah, the rest of your watch goes by uneventfully. You get a good view into the woods. You do see what could have either been a bat or an owl. It's at a pretty big distance in the dark, but something flew past. But that's about it as your watch comes to an end.
Okay. I guess Leonhard would approach Shavari again and wake her up very gently and say, Shavari, it is your turn to take watch. Remember what we said earlier. Take good care of the remaining horse feet.
All right, I will. Sleep well.
You too. Well, but not now.
Alrighty, Shavari. Make a perception check for your watch. Ooh. You take Leonhardt's first bit of advice, but not his second. As you don't go to sleep, but yeah.
Just like thinking about what he said, like you too, like, huh?
Seems like bad advice. You get absorbed in your own thoughts. Your watch passes without incident that you notice. You wake up with 12 daggers. No, your watch passes without incident.
I will wake up. Woof. Woof.
Sorry, incident, not instant.
This your turn to take watch.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, you will do very well at it. I know.
Thank you. Okay, I'll get up and reluctantly take watch.
Okay, no dark vision, so
Yeah.
perception with disadvantage.
Alright.
Can you do worse than 4? You cannot.
Hey!
Oh,
You keep an eye out. And you do see what
Right.
appears to be a badger slowly making its way towards camp. It's looking around. It spots you and stops in place.
Hey, get out of here!
It takes one step further forward, and then we see your response.
Shoo! Shoo! Go away! We don't want you!
Scoots off into the forest.
Yeah! That's what I thought.
The rest of your watch goes by completely fine.
Alright, I'm gonna go, walk over to Kaizen's tent. Be like, hey,
Hmm.
Hey, it's-
Yes.
it's your turn to watch.
Mm.
There was a badger. I scared it away, though. I paid attention this time.
That is good. I am proud.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, you have a good watch. Go
Okay.
lay down and
Thank
be like,
you.
I'm a good boy, I mean.
The dog's on its back, feet in the air, completely asleep.
Alright, I also have a question. So, for my natural explorer forest, says when you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favorite terrain, for proficiency bonus is doubled. And
Mhm.
so, would a perception check here be related to my
Absolutely.
favorite terrain?
Yes,
Since it's
absolutely.
okay. Alright. Cool.
Perception, nature, anything along those lines. Survival. So survival checks are included in that.
Yeah.
Just as long as it's under wisdom or intelligence, it's included. So yeah,
Okay. So 24.
24. Nothing threatening comes out. Although as the early dawn starts to come up, you do see Carol wake up, stretch, climbs a tree, and Assassin's Creed's a bird out of the air, which becomes Carol's breakfast.
So, damn, Carol. That is. Wow.
Yeah, rest of your watch passes without incident. You keep an eye out. You do, as very early morning comes around, you can hear. Sorry, you guys just parked at the side of the road, so you do hear from a distance more horses coming and watch as the carriage rides past. You prepare a weapon just in case, but it's a regular merchant cart. It just heads on past you.
Okay. Alright. Just wait for everybody to wake up.
Alright. Everyone wakes up. You find your stuff unmolested.
Nice.
Prepare to get
Yeah,
ready.
I think did a good job of watching. Nothing seems to have happened.
That's good.
Who is keeping track of horse feed, by the way?
Laura, I guess.
As in, which character is keeping track of horse feed numbers?
Oh, I have it written
Which
down.
player,
so-
sorry?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
I have it written down.
Okay, so you guys have traveled 2 days and you lost 5 days, so you have 3 days worth
So
of horse
three.
feed left.
Okay, gotcha. I got it.
Chat, get your mind out the gutter. It's a perfectly legitimate phrase. Um, Alrighty. You guys set up unless there's anything you want to do in the morning. Mark off rations. I will remind that every now and again, but make sure you mark off food for each day you wake up. That you're not in an inn or anything like that. Gotta keep track of that.
Crackers.
Crackers, biscuits, dried fruit. Alrighty, yeah. You guys, unless there's anything else you want to do in the morning, begin to set up.
Nope, I'm ready to go.
Mhm.
Much more cheery this morning. Finally shook off my funk.
Alrighty. You guys mount up and continue your journey, same pace again, and begin making your way at the steady canter. So, once again, anyone who is keeping an eye out, do so. So 1
I'll
normally
help.
or 2 at disadvantage.
I'll help him.
You'll help? Okay. Who wants to...
Unless
wants to
somebody
do
else
the
wants to,
roll?
otherwise I'll just do it.
I'll let Wolf have some fun.
Go for it.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Regular roll then.
Hey, look, a bird. Hey, look, a hole. Hey, look, there's another dog in that cart.
You go...
As long as there's no K's.
you guys all enjoy the David Wolfenborough narration as you do continue along the journey. But yeah, no murdering and no caves that you guys are able to see.
Well, thank God.
So you guys
I'm just too
continue along.
oblivious to notice them.
Eventually you do, as it starts to become a little dark, you start to see lights in the distance. And as you approach, you do see off to the side, down a small off the side of the road, a branching pathway off it. You can see at the end of it, with several cars already heading down that, is a large mansion. Sitting off to the side.
Let me see it. Shafari will cast Disguise Self on herself.
Okay. Same disguise as before or a different one?
Same one.
Okay. Try disguise as self.
When was this party supposed to be again? Is it soon?
The party was...
If I recall correctly, we still had enough time, right?
Yeah, the party was supposed to... The party's basically supposed to be tomorrow. So, you are early. By a day. So you can either set up camp here or try and impose... up to you.
Hey!
Let's see, give us a bed.
We're here for a party.
It's already invite on Facebook. So what do you want to do?
So, what is like? How can we picture ourselves this mansion? Is it just literally a mansion in surrounded by nothing, basically, or is this like a small town with a mansion in it?
Allow me to solve this problem.
Hey!
Sweet.
Out here living lavish.
Oh man, that. Oh, that's a plant. I was like, that horse is like a crazy mane, you know, like high society.
Oh, you mean like the? Hang on, you mean this horse?
Yeah, I was like, look at his, look at his headdress.
I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna zoom in for the audience. That's as far as it can zoom in. This horse with his big old mohawk.
That's canon now. I've decided.
Alrighty. So yeah, what do you want to do?
But still, there's no town surrounding it. It's literally just that thing.
There's no town. Yeah, it's just a mansion. You can see a stables off to the side. There's a couple outer buildings, etc. But the mansion kind of dominates everything.
Okay. And just to reiterate real quick, it was a birthday. It was a masquerade. Sorry, a masquerade.
It was a general party. Masquerade masks were requested.
Mm-hmm. Holy snap! Did we even buy any masks?
I'm pretty sure. We'll say for the sake of convenience. Well, 2 of you own masks, but they will be giving out masks tomorrow.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Good. Well, we have arrived at our destination, and we have a little bit more than a day to spend. I say we join this masquerade ball tomorrow well prepared. And he looks at Kaizen and Wolf. So if you have any questions or if you require a short introduction in the etiquette of such an event, you know whom to ask.
Were we even, were we going to attend or were we going to
Oh, that is a good question. Yes. Mm-hmm. I think we actually set a plan that only Shivari and I would attend, and you guys would actually just chill. I think.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
I
You are,
believe.
of course, welcome to join.
I kind of want to go.
Oh, you want to go? You want to wear a mask?
No, but I want to go.
Leonhard, is it a sort of thing where masks are optional? Or is it required?
It is this kind of thing in which a mask is required, unless you want to make yourself a fool and stand out and answer a lot of pesky questions. And since you are with me, and since I represent Homeland Security, I do not prefer to let my name and the name of Homeland Security be embarrassed. So, Woof, a mask would be mandatory.
Fine.
You will wear a mask?
Yeah.
Okay. I suppose we can attend then.
Outstanding. And Wolf, see it from the bright side of things. A mask allows you to let's say you were to meet a person that didn't like dogs. And wearing a mask, you could actually stretch your tongue out to that person, and the person probably wouldn't even see it. Isn't that a very convenient thing?
You don't know what a masquerade mask looks like, do you, Kendrick?
Yeah. I mean, they definitely would see you stick their tongue out.
Okay.
Masquerade masks are
just the eyes
patterned
are
eye
covered?
masks, yeah.
All right.
I mean, they technically still wouldn't know who you were. Like me, probably. Like they would. They'd be like, a scruffy looking dude. But like you, they'd be like, Shivari could probably do it. She's the least discernible of us all.
Well, let's say
we-
Wolf. Then to basically just say this the same sentence in a different way. Let's say you were to meet a person that didn't like dogs at the party, Wolf, and you could frown as hard as you would want to, and the person probably wouldn't even realize it. Wouldn't that be convenient?
If I wanted it. But okay. Sitting there, I'm still gonna frown at them. I want them to know.
Take your mask off and frown at them. Show dominance.
I guess Leonhard would then approach Kaizen and just from a close distance whisper to him, Kaizen, do me a favor and pay good attention to Woof and his manners. And if things were to escalate, feel free to leave the party at any given time.
Okay.
We're gonna have one savage watch the other. No, Kaizen is much more respectable than I am.
I will try my best to fit in.
That will suffice. Thank you, friend.
Sorry, Leon, what is the etiquette for arriving early? Because it's not for another day, yes? The party?
Yes, we have another day. Do you remember, Tetra, when the party was supposed to start? Like, is it in the evening or earlier?
Matinee time, 6 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, it is usually, Shivari, it is usually not common to check in to say hello at the manor before the party starts, unless they have guest quarters available. Now, given that we are people of much respect, people of great fame, since we have successfully survived this many adventures, I'm pretty sure that they would offer us quarters, so it all depends on you and the others whether you want to spend the night outside, or if you prefer the comfort and the warmth of a hearth and a bed.
I vote for that.
For the manor?
Yeah.
I am comfortable out in the world. Also would give time to hunt. But I suppose if we go there, they will provide food, so...
Oh, if you want to go hunting, I want to come.
Okay. If we decide to remain outdoors for the evening, for the night, then you're welcome to accompany me.
Shivari, what about you? What do you prefer?
I mean, I would probably prefer to stay in the manor if that's possible, but I'm okay either way.
Is it, Leonhardt, is it a sort of thing, like, you know, I've noticed more upper class humans overly polite sometimes. Notice that at the other party. So if we show up, they cannot say no, right? Or could they say no?
Well, Kaizen, that is a very sharp observation, but my presence alone and my status should grant us access anyways, so one way or the other, I heavily suspect these people to let us in, if we so desired.
Of course.
We
I
are
know, I
also
see. Go
we're
ahead.
also here in the veterans stead, yes, so they would probably treat us as more important guests, I presume. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
No, I've noticed the other party, people's eyes say no, but their mouths say yes. It is interesting.
Well, you know what? Why don't we combine the two efforts? And you and Wolf, Kaizen, you can spend the afternoon hunting, and when it gets closer to the evening, we shall move into the manor, present ourselves, introduce ourselves, and then spend a very comfortable night inside. How does that sound to you?
Sure, I suppose we can do both. But if we hunt, then would we be taking a meal outdoors or not? We could hunt and save the food. It will keep for a little bit, I suppose.
And then we can make new hats.
I will leave that up to you.
Okay. What time is it right now?
You guys pushed it pretty far. It's probably approaching at this point, maybe 10 p.m.
Okay. Pretty dark. Okay.
It's very dark at this point. Like, the only reason you guys carried on this far is because you saw lights.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it is already...
Oh, okay, then it's already night. Then we would probably have to skip hunting and just sleep in the manor.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
That is fine.
Great. Now, I shall, if you were so kind as to wait outside and let me check the perimeter and introduce ourselves. Perhaps Shivari could accompany me.
Okay.
Of course.
So you're going to head up to the front of the mansion, Leonhardt and Shivari, on foot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can see there are a couple horses and carts currently being ridden towards the stables, and you can see people heading off. You start to see that some of these surrounding buildings almost look like small houses in their own right, with the lights off. There is one with the lights on. You see an old woman walking away. You see a very portly man walking away. You can see currently a quite handsome but very baby-faced looking human man standing there with whatever the medieval equivalent of a clipboard is, with a floating quill, writing for him. As he glances up at the two of you approaching. Good day, folks. Could you present your invitation, please?
Good day, sir. And of course, and Leonhard would present him the invitation granted to him by the Baron.
Ah. So Baron Cadred could not attend?
It is to his utmost. Well, he's excusing himself. Let's just put it this way.
Of course. It is very polite of him to send such honourable people in his stead. Do you have?
Thank
Is
you
it
very
just
much.
you lot, or do you have? Is it just you two, or do you have an entourage?
we do have, and Leonhard seems to enjoy the word entourage quite a bit. The lady and I, we do have an entourage of two people.
Of course.
3. There is also Laura Cerulean.
You're right, Shavati. Now, would it be wiser for us to leave her with the horses and the cart? What do you think?
Well,
Any
they
of
have
the
stable.
any of the servants or hired help will be very well cared for if they are not going to join the party themselves.
I'll leave it up to you, Shavati. Laura Allenham's fate now rests in your hands. A very dramatic smile.
I mean, she is part of our entourage, so she should come in too.
Very well, sir. You heard the lady. So it is a party of 3 then that goes with us.
Very well. Begins to note them down. May I have the names of all involved?
Yes, so joining Sir Leonhard von Griever and Lady Shavati are
The pen is writing. He's just holding the board for it.
Kaizen, and he spells out the name.
You can see the pen crosses out its first guess the second you say the word Kaizen and rewrites it.
Wolf von Doggenstein.
Of course, the one time Jinxie has an ear off.
What did I miss? Sorry, my dresser's on the way.
You have been
Nothing.
introduced
Nothing.
as... Yeah, you know what? You'll find out. As it's written down.
And last but not least, Lady Allenham, first name Laura.
Pen writes down. Wonderful. You are, of course, early, but that is very polite of you, and trust me, Lord Papyrus, he is a marvellous person. He's making sure his guests are all very well taken care of. You will have guest house number 6.
Wonderful, good sir. May I get to hear your name?
My
Get to
name
know
is
your
Diz. Nice to meet you. I am Lord Papyrus's apprentice / general houseworker.
Wonderful, wonderful, Diz. Now, would you be so kind and tell me if there was a chance for us to acquire masks for the party tomorrow?
Of course. If you do not have your own already, then just ring the bell in your guest house, and a servant will make sure to bring you some.
Wonderful. You've been very helpful.
You
my
are
dear Diz.
most welcome. The Lord Papyrus has taught me very well.
That I can see. You're a good lad. So, Lady Shavati, shall we then proceed and inspect the manor from the inside?
Yeah, should we get the others too?
The mansion, I'm afraid, is off limits. You will be in guest house number 6. He gestures round to the side, where you can see what is still a reasonably sized house, like a 2-floor house, several of them off to the side behind the mansion in the garden. Like, think of a guest house kind of thing that some people have in the back garden. Some very rich people.
My mistake, of course. In that case, we shall collect the rest of our entourage and enjoy our evening amongst ourselves. Thank you very much, Diz.
You are most welcome. And might I ask one quick question?
Absolutely.
Looks down at his notes, it looks down at the clipboard. Sir Leonhard von Griever, your uniform
That is
implies Homeland Security.
That is correct again.
Interesting. Might I have a private word?
Why not? And then he steps to the side.
Okay, he leans into you and goes, so there will be this party is under the pretense of masquerade themed, but there is entertainment planned for tomorrow. Entertainment that will imply, but not include, illegal activity. I just want to make sure that there is going to be no issue by warning you beforehand.
Could you provide me with more information on these activities?
Are you going to spoil it?
Absolutely not. I'm a man of honor. No word shall reach the visitors.
All right. Would everyone else be able to either deafen themselves by right-clicking themselves, or take off headphones, whatever you wish the equivalent to be? Everyone except for Kendrick. I will raise my hand again when you are okay to listen. Alrighty. Yes, so tomorrow night is going to be a murder mystery. It will be announced sort of at the start, but I don't want anyone spoiled before the night. Lord Papyrus will be found dead during the party's proceedings, and it will be a game for everyone to find out who killed him.
I see. Well, if there is no real incident happening, of course, why should the game be forbidden? Quite on the contrary, I just wanted to
warn you in case.
No, this activity is very much granted and accepted. So, the Lord won't be harmed in real life, though, will he?
Wonderful. Well, no, of course not. It's a game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a good chance you'll probably be hearing the Lord giggle on the floor.
I see. And is there a reward to be won for solving the mystery?
No, it's just a party game. I mean, maybe the Lord will be generous and give something out, but as far as I'm aware, it's just a party game.
Okay. Well, go ahead and prepare a wonderful spectacle.
All right. Raise the hand so everyone can rejoin back in. We got one, we got two, we got...
You guys are so screwed.
3. Alrighty. So yeah, you two, can you rejoin with Shivaris? You two head up to get Woof, Kaizan, and Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you have some of the most expressive eyebrows I've ever met, and now I am so stressed for this party.
You guys are screwed.
Alrighty, so yeah, Woof, Kaizan, you see Leonhardt and Shivari rejoin.
So, friends, we were granted access to a guest house, which should be more than sufficient in terms of space and commodity. So the guest house has number 6, and Leonard points towards where it is. If anyone requires masks, food, drinks, there will be a bell inside. Now, we do want to show our good manners, though, and not hassle the servants for no reason. He looks at Woof very intensely. And I think that is all there is to say about it.
They have given us a whole house?
Abso-freaking-lutely. As it befits a man of my posture and status, and the people that travel with him.
That is quite the display of wealth, I suppose.
Yep. Wealthy people are to be found here.
Indeed.
So, unless we have stuff to discuss, or topics to discuss, or things to look for, I would recommend us all getting a nice portion of sleep. And we should probably meet up tomorrow morning and discuss the further, course of the day.
Alright.
Okay. Will food be provided at our guest home?
Yes, food, drink, and anything else he would probably require.
Okay then. Let us go.
Okay.
You guys ride up to the guest house. You can see a couple other carts parked outside different guest houses, but you can see servants coming up and beginning to ask the people who are driving the carts questions about the about the horses and other animals leading the carts, and then taking them off to the stables. You guys arrive at your house. It is, like we said, like a two-story house. It's a pretty reasonable house, just in general. As you guys park up outside, you find hanging on the door a single key to your little guest house. You're able to open up inside, and you can see inside, you just hear the sound of the back door of the house closing, and you can see the reasoning why. You can see currently set out on a dining table, immediately in front of you, is a large selection of food. Very nicely done. A lesser cutlery selection than the party, but still more than the average amount. You're all able to, unless there's anything anyone plans, you're able to eat, drink, do what you wish. Ring for a mask. Ring for cloves if you wish. If you wish cloves washed or anything like that, you can see it. There's a parchment on the wall basically listing all the services. It's all free. You can have anything washed or prepared, even order cloves. That is not free. But you can you can basically ring the bell and they'll ask for your size if you do wish for different cloves for the party. But overall, if there's anything anyone wants.
Is there an egg spoon?
There is not an egg spoon, but there is eggs.
Eggs with no egg spoon. Oh, the whole world's upside down.
Savages. Tell you what, why you guys think if you need anything, and if not, just get ready for a lovely long rest with some delicious food. Let's treat this as a part-time break. Because I need to pee. So everyone, thank you very much for watching. So, a fair warning, I'm doing something a little different this session in general, where I'm using some stuff written by someone else. I found something very interesting that I thought fit the session very well, because I was really struggling with the writing. But I will be shouting it out and linking it at the end, because I'm definitely putting my own spin in it, I'm definitely using a lot of my own writing for it, but the base is someone else's work that's available on DM's Guild. So if anyone's seen this before, because there's a chance you might have, please avoid spoilers. If not, I hope everyone who is playing enjoys it, and I will of course link it at the end, because it is very good. I don't want to say the title yet, because I'm in charge and you can't do anything. So cool. Everyone, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back in 3-4 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, as just time for everyone to go to the bathroom and get more drinks. You guys are, of course, deafened, so you can chat amongst yourselves if you wish to. But everyone else, thank you very much for watching, and see you all in a moment.
Sweet.
Welcome back, everyone. So, I am trusting the players right now to not be watching the stream. Because as everyone on stream can see, they have all been sent a message. As when you will be waking up the next day, there will be letters addressed to each of you, with the message you have received in said letter in the next morning.
Mm.
So you will all have a private message. I'm trusting you all to not watch the stream here.
Okay.
So that is how we are doing it. But chat can see all of the messages. So chat, I'm also trusting you to not do spoilers. So we will see. But you should all have your individual messages.
And then how did we receive these? Like,
These were all in it when you wake up the next morning. If there's still anything you wish to do in the evening, let me know. But in the next morning, you all have individually addressed letters on the table in front of you. What is
What
Ken
Just gonna
doing?
roll a couple of times to get the message out. Here we
Burned
go.
a nat
just in
20.
case.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Well, chat, if you saw it, then you saw it. If not, ooh.
So, Shivari would like to try and order a dress for the party.
Okay. You ring a bell, and a few minutes later, you hear a knock at the door. Open it to see what appears to be a suit of animated armor. a moving suit of armor with the visor up. You can see it's completely empty on the inside. Has a noteboard in front of it, and it looks to you. It doesn't have eyes. It stands there expectantly.
I would like to order a dress for tomorrow for the party. And then, I guess, list off, like, her size and stuff.
Okay. It listens and writes as you do so, and it nods when you finish speaking. Turns around, clatters away.
Also, I
thank
guess
you.
I will order. Hello, suit of armor. Yes. I guess I would like to order clothes. Nice clothes. I don't know.
Looks you up and down.
S-
Takes out a tape measure. Starts measuring you.
Okay.
It
I
writes
also
down
would
the
like to order
measurements.
something.
Just shirt and pants, I suppose.
It
I will
nods.
keep these boots.
I need a cup of wine and a water skin and some ink. Oh, and a sack.
Yeah, it nods each time you say what you need.
And I like is it like a suit of armor with like a helmet and everything? Or,
helmet. The visor's currently up. You can see it's completely empty on the inside.
Can I like look inside it?
Yeah. It doesn't object.
I don't like that.
It's completely empty. It's almost completely empty. You can see, like, attached to the inside of it a couple times is, like, a spare ink quill, like, in a little holder on the inside, so when it needs to refill its quill, it just reaches inside its own helmet and dips into the chest plate.
Oh, and perhaps a bath would be nice?
This
If
place
that
is
was possible.
weird.
It points upstairs.
Upstairs? Okay, thank you.
It writes something.
thank-
It turns the page over, writes something down, turns it round. Masks? Question mark.
Oh, right. The Kaizen and Boof. Do you want mass?
I have one already.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess I need one.
Sir Leon, do you have a mask?
In fact, I don't, and I would very much appreciate a mask. So, would you be so kind and bring me a selection of 5 masks?
Nods at you.
Excellent. Now, for the lore and stuff, would it be strange for us to see this much magic being used publicly?
Oh, fuck yes.
Okay.
This is a low magic world. Magic exists, but
Yes.
it's really only just becoming to the pop. It's like the schools have been around maybe 30 years or so now.
Mm-hmm.
Magic has been around longer than that, but it's only nowadays becoming more common.
Okay. Good. That is noted, and Leonhard is trying to hide his surprise, his level of surprise.
Okay. Sue waits to see if you have anything else. Then after a while, it turns around and... Unless anyone else has anything else.
Nope.
Okay. Turns around and clatters off back towards the mansion. A few hours later, like 3 or 4 hours, did you do this the night before, or is this in the morning?
In the
I guess
morning,
this is still the
probably.
night, right? The night before.
I got one morning and one night, so...
I'll ask for mine in the morning. I'll ding the bell.
Okay.
Okay, let's
No
do it all
worries.
in the morning then.
So yeah, right before you head to bed, you hear a knock on the door, and a dress in Shivari size, very matching of skin tone and hair color, is delivered. Shirt and pants for Kaizan, and a selection of 10 masks, some for Woof as well. You're able to see several options, the majority of which are more in the standard floral style, very shiny, very obvious for parties kind of stuff. Woof, if you're interested, there is one that is very animal-like, very dog-like. has whiskers.
What color is it?
It is black.
Okay, I can see that one, so sure. All these masks are gray.
Alrighty. So yeah, Leonhard, there's several options there. Basically, the one you want, pick, decide what you want it to look like, and it will probably be there. Because
is there any mask that resembles that like a bird?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you would then choose this one.
Okay.
Would there be a peacock mask?
Oh, there's absolutely
Exactly.
a peacock one.
Okay,
There's a peacock
well then
and
you
a
choose
parrot
that
one. And none of you, all of you are confused when you see the parrot one because you've never seen a parrot before. I mean, for Woof, it just looks like a regular bird mask. Can't see.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Woof, you're not colorblind. That's something you noticed. That you can now see colors.
Well, there goes my character development. Thanks, Chris.
Sorry, but that's... I mean, more character development, you just discover new colors as they come to you. As they appear in the world. Alrighty. So yeah, everyone gets their stuff, and then in the morning, Woof's stuff arrives. The upstairs, you do find, Shivari, a bath. There is actually two rooms. There is like a regular privy room which has a bath in it, more traditional style, and you can see off to the side it's more like a bathhouse. Is on the other side of the hallway. Both of them are already filled with hot water.
She'll take a normal bath.
Okay. Anyone want to do anything else in the evening, or are we going to skip to morning?
After her bath, she will write down in her notes the suit of armor, because she's very intrigued by it.
Alrighty.
Good to hear.
I'll also wash up.
Yeah. I mean, I assume Leonhard's washing up. That's, I think, a safe assumption.
Oh, for sure.
Is Woof going
I'm
to bath?
definitely not. No, absolutely not.
You would have noticed the bath house bath, which is basically a hot water swimming pool,
Cool.
Fantastic.
and then immediately avoid it.
Oh, wow, that's neat. I'm gonna go see what Emmy's up to.
Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, you all have a lovely sleep. This is probably the most comfortable bed that any of you, except for Leonhard, have ever slept in. In Woof's case, at least with permission. As you all wake the next morning, Woof's wine, water skin, and what was the last bit?
Piece of ink in a sack.
And ink. Yes, sack, ink, and wine and water skin are all delivered.
Neat. I'll run upstairs and shut the door.
Okay. So yeah, you guys all have the morning to yourselves. Is there anything you want to do before we approach the evening party?
So the morning is when we received our letters. They were just like on the table
Yes.
for everyone.
Everyone has an individual letter noted to them which says "for your
Thank you
eyes
so
only"
much.
in basically every language in several languages you don't understand, and for those who speak multiple languages. But the ones that are covered are Common, Gnomish, Elf, Halfling, Dwarvish.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Let's see.
Leonard would open this letter and look what it's got.
Mm-hmm. You just simply see the words that were messaged to you.
Okay, so what does my name
Okay.
say on it?
You'll say, oh yeah. Okay, so, Leonhard, would you like to reveal what name Woof's letter said on it?
It should have Wolf von Doggenstein on it.
That's what it says.
I love it! I always thought it would be like his name is like James Earl or something, and I'm gonna be like, who's this? No, that is delightful. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. You open Wolf von Doggenstein and see the note on the inside. Okay.
Tries that up and says, I do not understand. What are these for?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just as clueless as you are, but I'm pretty sure that if my knowledge of these sorts of events does not cheat me or betray me, that there will be some sort of playful activity where this message might be useful for.
A game.
Yes, very much.
Probably a party game.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Shavari, keen and sharp as expected.
And there was not one of these at the other party. Is it customary to have one or to not have one? For human gatherings.
See, Kaizen, this is definitely a upper class, very wealthy sort of gathering that you are probably only going to experience once in a lifetime.
A momentous occasion, then.
And I'm not sure if you all have noticed it, but there's an astounding amount of magic being displayed in the open.
I did notice, yes, with the suit of armor. That was very impressive.
Indeed.
Yeah, the suit of armor, and also, I'm not sure if you saw that yesterday, but the servant that I talked to, he had a floating squill. It moved on its own, magically.
Yes.
You're
I
right
did
the
see
first
that.
time. It is quill, not squill.
Quill, sorry.
I have seen such things as that before, so that was not quite as impressive as the animated suit of armor for me.
I do not want to sound like someone that ruins other people's fun and entertainment, but I would very much encourage every one of you to stay on alert, because we do not know what sort of activities they are and what sort of guests there will be. And magic, as you all know, is a powerful thing. So we do want to make sure that none of us gets trapped or involved into activities we do not want to be involved.
Okay.
Of course. We'll keep an eye out.
And anything, he looks at Kaizen, Woof, and Shavari at the same time.
Oops.
Anything suspicious, anything that might look dangerous, feel free to report to me.
Should we be worried?
No, but it is always good to be to have your guard up. And after the most recent accidents, it is certainly good to not, let our guard down.
It's awesome.
I would agree.
Sorry, I just got a dresser delivered.
That was quick.
Yeah, they're really fast.
Quick and
Took 4
painless.
months for them to ship it to me, but
Alrighty.
4 weeks, not 4 months.
No worries. So yeah, is there anything
It
anyone
says
wants
4
to get done during the morning/afternoon before we start the party?
Because I don't try on new clothes. Be like, kind of strange, but
Yeah, fits.
Okay.
It's got the shirt especially is very comfortable. It's made of a material you personally have not experienced before. It's very light. It's very breathable. It's very comfy.
okay. San will also rebraid his hair.
Okay.
I decided that I probably would splash in the pool, not like clean myself, but like splash in it.
Oh yeah, you and Emmy have a splash / swim, trying to bite at the water as you accidentally splash each other.
Oh
every
yeah,
now and again.
100%. I want to, and then I want in my free time, I want to like put the wine in the water skin and go outside and grab some dirt and put it in the sack and just like keep it on my person. Keep both of them on my person.
Okay, you have a water skin of wine and a sack of dirt.
Thank you.
Add that to your inventory, I guess.
Yeah.
Jonesy, when you're on that way round, one ear off, would you be able to move your mic away from your face a bit? Because when you have that ear off, push the mic close to your face and it catches breathing.
Oh, sorry.
No worries, that's perfect. Alrighty. So yeah, unless there's anything else, you start as darkness begins to approach, as the dusk begins to approach, the lovely sunset that you can currently see on the map. You can see people from the other houses begin to head towards the mansion. A knock on your door comes. And you see an incredibly well-dressed Diz to whoever opens the door. And leads in and goes, Good day, everyone. The party will be starting very shortly, so if you would like to do any final preparations and make your way over, we hope you will enjoy the festivities.
Also, I had a one more question request. Should we ring the thing, or could you just tell it to you?
I can pass it on, of course.
Along the journey here, we lost some of our feed for our horses. Wondering if you had extra.
Your compatriot Laura has already informed us it is being sorted.
Oh.
She's also requested to not go to the party under the pretense of there's people there.
I mean,
But she appreciates
fair
you
enough.
thinking of her and inviting her.
This sounds very reasonable to me.
All right. Cool. Well, I will see you all at the party in a moment. I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time. And Met shuts the door and makes his way towards the mansion. You guys are able to make any final preparations you want, and then begin to make your way over yourselves.
Yeah. Alright, just finish braiding his hair, have clothes on, take his mask.
Okay. Alright. So, you all, after getting prepared, begin to make your way over to the mansion. You see the front and back doors are open. You're close to the back doors. You can see a servant gesturing everyone in, checking a clipboard, asking names as they head through. Checks all your names on the way in. Sorry, go on.
Right before we go, Cousin Lastly and Hart, do we not take weapons in? I suppose, or not supposed to?
Kaizen, your weapons. Okay, so Leonard would probably know this from the etiquette. Would a sword be accepted? Like,
Yeah, ceremonial swords are completely accepted. You could just by looking around you, you can see that you can see one person who's heading. Most people don't have weapons. One person definitely has daggers attached to their belt, completely out in the open. There's not a huge amount of people at this party. You can see a lot of servants, but not a huge amount of apparent guests.
right. Kaizen, your blade would be well accepted, but the bow, I'm afraid you would have to leave outside.
Okay, unfortunate.
So you approach the door. Servant greets you all. Names?
Woof!
Wolf von Doggenstein. Doggenstein? I don't remember.
Dogenstein.
Doggenstein, of course. Continue. Looks at the giant pike on Wolf's back, so I assume you brought it with you.
Oh, of course I did.
Yeah. Just doesn't appear that bothered. Just gestures you in. Please enjoy. There are hors d'oeuvres on the table to the left. Drinks will be handed out throughout the night. Just look for anyone wearing a similar outfit to me. Points at the black servant-ish outfit that he's wearing. Next.
Or could I bring Emmy in, or would they be like, eh?
Are you asking that to him, or...?
Yeah! Could I bring my puppy?
Let me check. He walks over to the wall, grabs a stone.
In the back is already face palming.
He grabs a stone on a shelf and speaks into it. Pause for a moment, then place it down. Lord Papyrus says the more the merrier.
Hey, Emmy! I'm gonna run and grab my puppy, go get her big pink bow out, put it on her, go fancy color.
You bring Carol as well?
No, Carol doesn't like parties.
Okay, I will delete Carol from the maps, because I almost prepared for all this, apparently.
Yeah, she has a little puppy mask, I've decided.
Sure, fine. No issue here. Alrighty, who's next?
Kaizan.
Kaizan, of course. Step in.
Yes, question. No, sword is probably okay, but bow is not, or is bow okay?
Do you intend to use it?
No, just
If it makes you feel
where
safer
I
and more
come from,
comfortable,
always
you
be
are
prepared.
most welcome to have it.
Oh.
Lord Papyrus has made some very strange friends.
Okay.
He is also a arguer for magical people being considered equal, not above or lower than other people. So as such, if magic people are allowed to have their magic powers with them at all time, why shouldn't less magic people be allowed to have their weapons?
I agree with this. This is a very, very good logic, yes.
Okay. Next. Oh, question for those who wear armor. Are you wearing your armor or just clothes?
No, just close.
Alright, so
Leonhard is
deduct
wearing
your
his
armor.
full armor.
Okay. So yeah, Kaizen, if you want to know how to deduct your armor AC, if you go to the item itself, hit the little eye next to it, there's an equipped option. If you click that, it will take it off. Without having to manually deduct stuff. Leonhard is wearing everything. Yes. TLDR, you're all let in unless you have any questions for him without any issue. Including Rosie, if you wish, Shivari.
Rosie is in the familiar plane. She's not summoned right now.
Alright. If you don't have any more questions, then all good. So yes, you guys head in. You can see a beautiful mansion. It is very nice. There's servants walking around. You can see the guests scattered around. And you're able to sample hors d'oeuvres if you wish. After a short time, just enough time to basically go to the hors d'oeuvres and get some wine or champagne or whatever you wish. You hear a small audible pop and a trumpet fanfare plays out throughout the mansion, and appearing on the upper floor of the mansion appears to be a sort of a brownish blonde-haired man in very nice finery. As he appears, doves fly out of his hands as he stands before you all. Our final guests have arrived. Welcome everybody to our party. Now, he pulls off his own masquerade mask, revealing his face. It's clearly, think like classic handsome look. Very, very baby-faced, but still clearly quite old. There is clearly some magic involved there of keeping his skin very smooth. His hair might have had the odd prestidigitation cast on it at one point or another. It's all noticeable for those magically inclined. But he gestures out as the doves fly out of, you can see the pre-opened skylights, which are then shut.
Aww.
He gestures out towards you. Welcome. Welcome all of you to my 40th birthday. My 12th 40th birthday. I hope you're all going to enjoy the festivities, because we are going to be playing a little game. We'll start the evening with hors d'oeuvres and mingling, of course, followed by a spectacular dinner, prepared by my personal chef. After dinner, you will all find me dead. You hear a couple confused murmurs and gasps from the audience. And it will be upon you all to determine who amongst my guests is the murderer. You all received letters this morning, dictating whether you were the murderer or not. I shall endeavour to play the best corpse I can, but you must excuse the occasional chortle as you stumble through my clues. Now, enjoy the night, mingle with the guests. I have to go prepare my corpsehood. Thank you all very much. Enjoy the party. I will be down to mingle in a moment. Thank you all for coming. And he heads back off upstairs to a polite round of applause from the audience, who begin to take off their masks, as they are clearly not needed.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you guys are free to mingle with the partygoers.
This place is weird, right?
It is interesting.
And then people don't have their masks on. They took them off.
Everyone has taken off their masks except for Emmy because she can't.
Unless you like pause it off her little face, then like
She's trying and it's not working very well. It's
I will pull it off her little face.
okay.
Try will take our mask off as well.
Allow me to
Likewise.
allow me to describe party guests to you all. So the first person you notice is, of course, Diz, as you've already seen. He is currently having a just mentioning something to one of the servants, but again, he's dressed very nicely. He looks very he looks very excited. He's very happy and interested. In the party going. You see a very large, portly man. He is rotund is probably a better term for him. He's draped in silken robes and covered in jewels. You see what appears to be an elven woman. She is currently completely you can just see the ears behind the leather hood. Sorry, she's wearing a leather hood, but the hood is not up, but she is covered in black leather. And that is the person you saw with daggers on the way in. You see an elderly lady who is currently also just talking the ear off of one of the servants who clearly wants to leave, but is having no such luck. But she seems incredibly friendly. She seems very nice. And then there is you all. So you may mingle as you see fit.
Kazan will walk over to the elven woman. Black
Make our way
leathers.
over to the old lady, but you can do Kaizen first, since he spoke
Okay.
first.
Alrighty. Okay, Kaisan, you make your way over to the elven woman. She is currently sampling a cocktail sausage and throwing the small stick from it, and you can see it sticking into the sofa in the corner.
Kazan will say, well prepared, I see. Gesturing towards her daggers.
It is a career choice. I always become prepared for a job.
A job.
Yes.
Is that why you come here?
No, I am here to show support to my ex-lover. It is his 14th, 40th birthday. Don't believe his lies.
Yes, I was wondering, how does that work exactly?
Oh, he just lies.
Ah, interesting. So he is 54th then, in human years?
I believe so. It's a
Hmm,
good assumption to make.
interesting. Well, what, if you don't mind me inquiring, or perhaps you do, but what jobs then
Oh,
do you require this for?
I am a hired assassin.
A dangerous woman.
I am actually hired to kill someone at this party.
Are you now?
Yes. Or maybe I'm not.
Insight check.
Sure. Or maybe I'm not. That's the fun of the game, isn't it?
Oh!
Seems truthful.
More about this game. I do not understand. I just recently came to these lands, so these sort of things are still foreign to me. Have you been here long in this area?
Oh yes, here in Jokma. I have been back and forth between
Yes.
those. Like I said, I spent time with Papyrus before he was a lord.
Ah, interesting.
Like I said, we dated.
But it did not last.
Just shrugs.
Fair enough, fair enough. I thought there would be more people at this event. I suppose I didn't know quite what I was
It's-
expecting, but
This
It
was
is
an
quite
invite for
the-
close friends. I assume you're
Ah.
familiar.
Yes, so you're filling in from. Honestly, I forgot the name, but the Lord of Certo.
Lord
the
Cadred.
Baron, or yeah, Lord Cadred. Him indeed. I was not even planning on coming here, but I'm accompanying that man, gesturing to Sir Leonhardt.
I see.
Yes.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. Please forgive if I have to take care of some professional business. There's a famous adventurer who I need to take care of tonight.
Because I'm just like, because that's like looking at her like he's trying to like discern like what's going on, like not quite able to do
She
so.
has a bit of a cocky smile. Clearly a couple drinks in.
And might I ask her name?
Oh, no. No, you can't.
Interesting. Alright then.
I mean, if you want to try and guess, there's not exactly many people here.
I mean, what would I have to... I have no basis to guess off of. I don't know nothing about you. Pray that you are a hired assassin. And you had relations with the Lord here.
I get the feeling you're not going to be very good at this murder game.
I'm new to it. I did not know that there would even be a game coming to here, but I am learning, I suppose.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. And good evening to you then.
A good evening to you too.
As
I'll see you
walks
when the
away.
investigation starts.
I nods.
Alright, we'll jump over to Woof, who you head over to. The old lady, was that?
Yes.
Okay. The servant has just managed to escape.
Hi.
Oh, hello there. Pleased to meet you. I am Mrs. Owlbear.
Hello, Mrs. Owlbear. My name is Woof.
That's a lovely name, Woof.
Oh, thank you. I like Owlbear too. It's very naturey.
Oh, thank you. It's a family name. I was born with it.
I don't know the name that I was born with, so my friends just call me Woof.
A peculiar statement, but each to their own, and I'm sure you love your name just for what it is.
Yeah. Point to my necklace. I can't read it, but I like my name.
She leans forward. She can also not read it. Me neither. I'm sure it's lovely, whatever it is. And it doesn't matter. If you like the name Wolf, then that's what you can be called.
Thank you. A lot of my friends don't think that way. They're very prim and proper, and I didn't really want to be here, but they said that we should come to like support a baron.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. But it doesn't matter. A party, you can have fun in your own ways. For example, I spiked the punch.
I thought it tasted a little funny.
Oh, yes.
You probably get into trouble a lot, huh?
No, I don't get into trouble. Who's going to suspect the old lady?
I really like you. You remind me of Emmy.
I like you too.
I'm gonna point down and be like, oh, this is also Emmy, but you remind me of my best friend and not my other best friend. They just have the same name.
Well, whether it's the other one or this one, I'm happy to be compared to something so cute. Waves at the dog, clearly can't bend down.
I will pick Emmy up so she can pet her if she would like to.
She does. Scrunches up the face of it, scratches the ears. Does what she can. So you said you're filling in for assisting a baron?
Yeah.
I see. I'm here because I am the widow of Papyrus's former mentor, Ludwig Owlbear.
That's cool. What did you teach?
Oh, he taught him magic.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you know magic? I don't know any magic.
I
Emmy was the
don't
one
know
who's
any
good at
magic. I just do what I can to help out. I'm here just for the party.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm glad. Well, Papyrus, he's certainly grown up a lot. It's nice to be here for his birthday, and with you all here, he's gonna make some new friends, I hope.
Oh, I hope so. I love friends.
Me too, aren't they the best?
Yeah, my friends are really nice sometimes, except for when they yell. I don't like that.
Oh, yelling isn't so bad. It helps me hear sometimes.
They don't yell like that, though. They yell like, well, if you were supposed to be watching the stuff. And I was like, but I had to make a flag. And, you know, sometimes, like that's important. And then we lost some horse feed.
I'm sure that
But
was...
we were coming to a party, so
Was it
I
this
didn't
party?
see. Yeah, it was! It was the other day!
Oh, you can blame it on being excited.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah. You can blame a lot of things on... You can blame a lot of things on being happy.
Keep that in the back of my mind.
Oh. You remind me a little bit of a young Papyrus.
Oh, really? Maybe I'll get to do magic someday.
Oh, yes, there was one time when he was but a little boy, and he would run out, but he was told to watch the family house, and didn't watch the family house and left all the doors open, so all the dogs got out.
Oh boy, I bet the dogs had a really good time. Are there dogs here now?
There are not dogs here now. He's sort of into doves at the moment, but he still leaves the cages open every now and again. Alrighty. Well then, I should get on to mingling.
Oh, yeah, I guess
One thing
me
I'm good
too.
at. If there's one thing I'm good at, like I said, no one suspects the old lady. But I'm totally not the murderer, and I'm going to find out who is.
Yeah, me too. And don't worry. I'm gonna look at the punch, look at her, and be like, your secret's safe with me.
Are you the murderer?
No, I'm Wolf.
I see. Well, it has been lovely talking to you, Wolf. I will see you throughout the party.
Yeah, have a good night.
Alrighty, she totters off.
Turn to me and be like, man, that lady is so cool.
Alrighty, who's next?
I guess Leonhard at the party, since there are not nearly as many people as he thought there would be, just tries to spend some time at the bar and just, postures himself up in a most important looking manner and just sips on a drink and sees if someone approaches him.
I mean, already at the bar is the portly looking gentleman. The rotund man, balding head, very nice silken robes with a thick purple coat over the top. Very thin face for his size, but yeah.
Yeah, Leonard would probably just, sip on his drink and enjoy, but not actively look for any conversation.
The other fellow appears to think the same, and is quite happy to enjoy his drink. Alrighty, anyone else?
Fari would get a cup of wine, but she wouldn't really mingle with anyone. She just kind of walk around.
Okay.
I guess, in fact, Leonard would have probably asked Shivari if she wants to join him for a drink.
Oh, then Fari would have joined Leon for a drink.
Okay. So you guys sit at the bar. You have a gentleman a couple of seats across from you. Alrighty.
Kazan after, I guess, would kind of just wander around a bit and just see what areas are open in this place.
It's pretty much just the dining hall, or the ballroom, I guess it would be.
Mm.
Alright. After
Okay.
a while.
Just walk around and kind of just watch what the elven woman goes to do.
She is pretty comfortable just to wander around sampling all the food. Seems to be giving, like, no interest to anyone else at the party. Seems to be having a good time, though. Like, anyone who approaches her, she has a polite and seems to be smiling conversation with. Talks to the servants. Just chats with everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, she's having no trouble finding conversation because she is incredibly good looking. And is literally just walking around, just asking everyone.
Okay.
Biblio, to answer your question, how do you think tieflings were created? And that's the end of that answer. So yes, alrighty. After a while, if you're all hanging out, Diz stands up and gets up from the seat he was sitting on, having a drink, and begins walking past you all up the stairs.
Okay.
Passes by, heads up the stairs, heads into a room off to the side, which is followed by something I will not do on microphone because it's going to distort horribly, a blood-curdling scream.
Is it a Wilhelm scream?
Oh no!
Guys then like looks around, like goes to draw his bow, and it's like, right, it's probably part of the.
You can see the other guests beginning to make their way upstairs.
I will follow them, pike in hand.
I guess Leonard in his career would have many screams. So can he tell if it was a genuine scream of pain and agony, or was it like or could it have been a faked one?
Make a insight check. This is clearly fake. So fake. You've never heard anything more fake.
Okay.
Alrighty. For those who make their way upstairs, you find a door open to what looks to be a study/lab. You make your way in, and you can see Diz standing. You can see Diz standing near a large wooden desk, piled high with scrolls and artifacts. Seated with his body slumped over the desk is Papyrus. Diz looks at you all and shouts out to you all, "He's dead! For real, I think!"
Is it
Someone
for
help?
real or the game or?
For real, he's dead! Help!
Oh,
Ah,
Leonard says, "Ha, this is such an authentic display."
You are the only person clapping. Diz is just gesturing. Someone, my master is dead. Someone help, please.
Kaisen looks around to the other guests, see what they're doing.
Yeah.
They are all looking shocked and also confused, wondering whether this is part of the game or not.
What does your boy look like? Is he like bloody and stuff, or is he just like bleh?
He is flat on the desk. Well, not flat on the desk. Top half on the desk, bottom half in the chair.
Right, but it's clear it wasn't like by like a
He was
stab
definitely not
wound or
stabbed.
something. Okay.
Is there like a cup near him?
I mean, actually, no. Yes, there is a cup near him.
Kaisen will slowly walk over to Lord Papyrus and kind of like check for a pulse.
Okay, make a medicine check.
22.
That is a dead human.
Wait, I think he might actually be dead.
I told you.
Wait, I thought it was part of.
No, this isn't part of the game. The game is off. There's a dead man. My dead master. I need a moment.
Oh wait. It kind of. Zen takes a moment to again glance over to the other guests. See if they're...
This is hyperventilating. Excuse me.
Uh,
The elven woman, who you never actually got the name of, is looking confused and confused, cold but a little concerned. The rotund fellow looks completely uninterested. Then there's your party.
How is Miss Owlbear?
Miss Owlbear is unconscious, lying down on the floor, out cold. Having fainted at the sight.
Aid.
Miss Owlbear is on the floor, so what do you want to do to Miss Owlbear?
Don't say it like that.
How do you wish to assist Miss Owlbear?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm going to put my pike down, run over, and then grab her, like upper half, and like hold it up, and like rub her head, and be like, hey, are you okay?
She is out cold.
Hey, hey, Miss Owlbear.
Wolf, I think she has passed out.
Okay, but she could be hurt as she fell down. She's very old.
Yes, it is possible. Do they... I don't know. Maybe the servants around here can take care of her? Maybe administer... Is there any doctors here?
At this
I
point,
know what I would
Diz
do, but it'd be weird if I do it, so I'm gonna pick Emmy up and have her lick her on the face.
doesn't appear to have any effect. At this point, Diz has stopped hyperventilating, goes over to Leonhart, grabs him, and goes, "You really are Homeland Security, right?"
Yes, and I think at this
Then
point
take
Leonhart
charge!
realized.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, at this point he realized that that this is no longer a game or a facade, and he would then, in his professional Homeland Security manner, be addressing Diz, who seems to be the one in charge. Diz, make sure that no one leaves this building. Close all exits of this manor. And do you have any guards, any security service of this sort?
It's all automated.
It's all automated, you say? So that means
there's servants walking. There's servants, but they were all at the party. I checked on them. I came up to check to see if.
So who can you call to assist you in closing the exits and guarding, or making sure that no one leaves this building?
Oh, he waves a wand that he pulls out of his belt. It's
Good, most excellent. Now, how large is this room? So it's like a huge ballroom, right?
You're currently in what appears to be an alchemist room,
Okay.
or a magician's study kind of thing. It's a pretty big room. I mean, uninhibited from one side to the other, 110 feet. But there's lots of walls and areas and bookcases and stuff like that that makes it fairly hard to get uninhibited from one side to the other.
Now, as our next step of action, dear Wiz, I would recommend collecting and summoning all the guests, and in fact everyone inside of this building, alive, living beings, that is, and to set up an interrogation.
I mean, you have all the guests here. The servants, as I said,
No
were
more
all downstairs.
Any other people that are not party guests available in this building?
No, sir.
Most interesting. That makes this task much easier. So, do you grant me permission to interrogate them?
Yes, of course. Jeez. Oh my, yes.
Great. We will set that up immediately, and once again, make sure that no one enters or leaves the building without my my notification.
Of course, no, trust me, no one can leave now, even magically.
Fantastic. Now, we will then move on and gather everyone. What would be a good room? What would you recommend?
I mean, the ballroom, it's still open to the rest of the house. Nowhere to hide, if not in here.
Fantastic. And then Leonhard would probably raise his voice and address everybody in here. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems that the host of this party, Lord Papyrus, has found an unexpected and all too real death. I would like, in the name of Homeland Security, to interrogate everyone present at this party in 5 minutes from now, so please make sure to find yourself in the ballroom immediately.
You hear a couple grumbles from these sort of people, but they turn and make their way back to the ballroom.
And then he adds, anyone not cooperating will be reported to Homeland Security in the aftermath.
Make a persuasion
Thank
check.
you for your cooperation.
Persuasion or intimidation, your choice.
It was not very hostile, so I would say persuasion.
Okay. Okay,
17.
that's all.
And then he waves Shivari, Woof, and Kaizen to just get close.
Alrighty. So you are all before you start talking, you are all left alone in Papyrus's study. It's well used, filled with books, keepsakes, knickknacks, decorative items. From here, you're able to see there's the desk on the left-hand side of the room with Papyrus's body splayed over it. There's a very large painting of Papyrus behind the desk, winking as he points double finger guns. There's a large porcelain vase to the right of the entrance with a handful of staffs and stuffed into it. There's a large worn chest in the furthest left corner. The far wall is covered with filled bookcases. An old rug covers most of the floor in the middle of the room. A large fish sphere of suspended water with fish swimming in it, but it's clearly sat on some kind of base and platform that's clearly keeping it in its sphere. It sits against one of the walls. 2 wing-back chairs rest either side of the fish orb, angled toward each other, and a large chandelier hangs in the center of the ceiling.
Okay. Leonhard would address everyone and say, well, this has gotten a lot more interesting than I hoped it would. So we're now going to have to deal with this murder case. As part of Homeland Security, is my duty to at least take preemptive measures and first measures. Now, is there anything that you have witnessed that could perhaps lead or help us find a potential murderer?
Did any of you guys do it?
We were all downstairs, right?
I think so.
I thought the other guests were as well. It doesn't make
There
sense
was
to
at
me.
least one time that you all lost sight of a guest at some point, including each other.
Did you guys do it? I won't be mad. No.
I was downstairs the whole time. Wait, I'm still curious. You seemed rather committed to this, Shivari. Have you ever heard of anything that someone can appear dead but not actually be dead? I do not.
I mean, I suppose that there is some kind of magic that they could use. I don't really know if I can have a way to detect it, but there might be traces of magic that I can feel. Maybe?
Perhaps could try that. I could see if I can determine. I mean, I'm not, specifically practiced in it, but if there are any obvious wounds, I suppose I
Alright.
could check for those.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna go start looking through the chest while they're discussing this because I have no idea what they're talking about.
Okay, you head over to the chest. So yeah, there's a large chest in front of you, or an old trunk, basically.
Uh-huh. I'm going to open it.
Okay. Okay. You open it, and as you pull the lid up, you hear a click. As you pull it up, as the lid opens, and 30 doves fly out of the chest and fill the room, just flapping at everything until they eventually find the door and the stairs and begin heading down. But there is a long time of basically the entire room. Everyone is you guys are able to just get flooded by doves. Once they're gone, nothing's damaged, but now the room is covered in feathers and bird poop.
I scared my mom.
Yeah, you look inside the trunk, it's empty.
Mm.
Well, that was crazy.
Were those in there?
Yeah, I opened the trunk and birds flew out. I want to like reach around in the trunk and see if there's like pull at the bottom, see if there's anything fake.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, that's my best stat.
This keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Perhaps we should not try to.
Hey, it is my best stat apparently.
There's no false bottom. And nothing else in the
well,
trunk.
that was a waste of a
Sorry.
nat 20.
Sorry, that's how it goes
now
sometimes.
you're really sure that's all there's in there.
You are 100% sure that this was literally a chest with a way to sustain birds in it, and that was it. I'm sorry.
I don't like it here, you guys.
Perhaps we should not be touching too much, because there might be clues and things, and it might be harder to find them now with feathers and stuff.
Yeah,
So none of you has heard anything or seen anything suspicious?
Well, I talked to one of the guests, the elven woman. I don't know if she was just really into the game or if it was her actual job, but she says she was here to kill somebody. But I thought at the time it was just part of the game. Maybe it was. But,
Well, I guess we should see if she's still among the guests or if she's missing. I think that would be the first thing to keep an eye out for.
she was up here when we all were. She looked confused, and I tried reading her expression. She seemed genuine, but I do not know. She also said that she and Lord Papyrus here used to have relations together.
That's
beyond
a
just
potential motive.
friends.
Perhaps an unresponded love, something that happened in her relationship or in their relationship.
Yes, I did not find out what happened, but she seemed rather secretive. Did not tell me her name when I asked, so.
Interesting. Well, I guess we should join the others now and start
Well,
interrogating them for at least a little bit of time.
it might be worth trying to determine, cause of death.
Ah, yes, can look at the body.
Are you able to find out what caused his death?
I don't know if I can specify, but we can at least rule out the possibilities.
I'll leave that up to you, Shavari and Kaizen, while I start interrogating some of the potential suspects. Woof. I basically leave it up to you as to where you want to join and what you want to do.
I'll go with you, I guess. I'm not good at magic.
Okay. And one last thing, Shavari. Is there a way for you to tell if someone is lying using your special abilities?
Not especially, no.
I see. Well, then it shall be up to my good knowledge of people. Ha! Should be a piece of cake.
Alrighty.
Yes, good luck.
Alright. Team Frontline. leave the room to head downstairs. We'll start with team upstairs, team investigation. So, Kaizan, Shivari, you have the room. If you want me to reiterate what's in the room at any point, or if you have anything you want to do, let me know.
Firstly, I want to inspect the body if there are any obvious wounds or
So
obvious
you're
causes
trying to
of
check
death.
for an obvious cause of death, not searching the body.
Because
those are different roles.
Well, yeah. Firstly, I'll probably do both, but firstly, just see about obvious, ways or
Okay,
causes
so
of
let's
death.
start with medicine.
Okay.
I will assist as I'm
Alrighty.
helping Kaizen look for this.
21.
Okay. From feeling around the body, the first thing you can tell is this guy is one you can, like you said, you guys kind of knew of spells that could fake death. This guy's dead. 100% dead. As you lift his body, though, and sit him upright in his chair to begin searching him, you reveal a beautifully crafted gemstone on his desk. It's about the size of a fist, and almost entirely black, except for a faint purple glow that originates deep in the stone. Also on the desk, you're able to... do you want to know about the desk, or do you want to just keep going with the body?
For now, the body.
Okay, then there's no obvious cause of death.
Okay. Say it's Shivari. I don't. There's nothing obvious. Could have been, poison or something?
There is a cup there. Could be.
Oh, is there? Oh. Is there anything inside of the cup? Kaizen will look.
The cup is full of what looks like ale. Thank you, whoever just bought something on the Humble Store for $9.99. €9.99, sorry. Giving me a little bit of that cut.
Is it possible to test for poison?
There are
Without
kits that do
poisoning
that.
yourself?
A brewer's kit lets you do that.
Okay.
Do you have a brewer's kit?
I do not know.
Okay, so you can still do so if you have any experience with poisonous kit.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So what we're gonna do here, if you were, what experience? Explain to me. Let's just try and justify this. How are you going to check for poison?
Huh.
Perhaps.
Always a
can,
wonderful question.
It's the flag all over again.
Yeah, I think I have an idea here. We could ask one of these servants whoever brought him his wine, ask what it was, pour another cup, and see if there's any differences between the cups of wine or ale, whatever
You see,
it
there's a
is.
small bell pull on the side wall if you did want to call a servant.
You could do that, yes.
Right,
Leo,
I-
you're a mean bastard.
I'm not very familiar with
What the fuck?
most poisons, but would
Not that either.
there be any visible differences? I do not know. I suppose we could just see, just in case there are.
I do not know, to be honest. We could check. It is worth a check. Would I be
Okay.
able to? So I don't have detect magic, but could I do like an Arcana check to see if there's some kind of
Yeah,
faint magic around
DC
the...
is significantly higher, but yes. What do you want to do the check on?
the cup that has the,
The cup.
liquid in-
All right. So you're checking for magic. Just so you know, poisons aren't magic. They're all
I know, I just want
based.
to see if it was
See if it's
enchanted in
magical.
some way.
Okay, then yes, make me an Arcana check. DC is significantly higher, but because I know you guys don't have detect magic, I'll allow it. 13. As far as you can tell, it's not magical.
Alright. I don't feel any magic coming from the cup, so it could just be regular poison and not some kind of magical fouling.
Yes, perhaps. Kaizen rings the whatever bell is there.
A servant enters. How can I help you?
Yes, so you're looking around. So
Yeah.
there is some ale here. Do you know,
Uh-huh.
or could you figure out who poured this ale for Lord Papyrus?
How many years he pours his own ale?
Does he? Do you
Yeah.
know? Could you tell what kind of ale this is? Where it was?
I mean, we only have one kind of ale. It's just from the kick downstairs. I can tell you if you want.
Could you do me a favor and pour a cup of that ale and bring it? I wish to compare.
Yeah. I'll be back in a moment. Runs downstairs.
Thank you.
You have some time? What else you want to look at?
And now just inspect what's on his person.
What's on his person?
Mhm.
One moment. Pre-written stuff. I fucking love it because it's a little bit less effort for me, but yay. Okay. Alrighty. So yeah. You search his body. Make an investigation check. Jixie, please.
9.
9. Oof. Okay. You don't find anything on him. It's just his clothes.
Okay.
I want to investigate around his desk and see if there's any obvious signs of some kind of scuffle, some kind of
Okay.
maybe some kind of fight.
Roll investigation for the desk. 19. Papyrus's corpse is sprawled across the top of the desk immediately. His right arm was tucked under his body, but no longer. His left arm was now it's currently down by his side, but you can see it was stretched towards a strange artifact on his desk, which appeared to be like a clockwork bird, like a small songbird. The rest of the desk, you can see that there is a small picture of someone you do not recognize, crying happily while hugging a small purplish pink bear with green spots. There are various small spell components and flasks of alchemical solutions. There's a small empty gilt cage with the door hanging open. Some adamantium manacles, and some personalized stationery, a pen and an inkwell.
Kind of looked like maybe his arm was stretched out to this artifact here. I'm not sure what this is, and I'll pick up the clockwork bird.
Okay, the second you pick it up, it springs to life. It flaps its tiny copper wings and flits effortlessly to your to your finger. You can hear the miniature gears whirring as it cocks its head to look at you, and says, "Password, password, password."
Password Papyrus.
Doesn't respond.
What password? What is this? Do you know anything about this?
I do not.
Things like this.
We could maybe ask Diz if he knows anything about the password. He seemed pretty close to Lord Papyrus.
Yes, sure, I suppose. Ring the bell again.
Ding, ding, ding. It is at this point, as you're ringing the bell, that the other servant approaches, hearing the bell ring, and just holds up a mug of ale, and also goes, "I'm also here. How can I help you?" I forgot the voice. How can I help you?
Can you get the Diz for us, please?
I can do that.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Do you happen to know anything about this clockwork bird and a password?
Oh yeah, it's a notation thing that the master used. He would record notes into it, little messages to remember later.
Oh, do you know the password?
No.
Oh. All right, thank you. And please
No
get
worries.
this, please.
All right, he runs downstairs.
Alright, Kaizen inspects this cup of ale from the other cup of ale. See
Okay,
if there's
you're-
any visible or smelling differences.
What role would this be? I guess this would be survival or perception. I'll allow either.
Sure.
Also, you're not in your favorite terrain. You are in a mansion. My favorite
Mansion's
terrain
not my
is
favorite
mansion.
terrain.
Uh,
Oh, no.
Mansion stands on ground that's close to a forest.
As far as you
12.
can tell, there is no tampering with this mug or the ale inside.
Okay. They appear the same. They cannot detect any differences between cups here. So
Do you perhaps have a way to cure poison?
I do not know.
An ominous question.
I was going to say that, we could test the new cup of ale, but if we don't have a way to prevent the poison, if there is any, it might be kind of dangerous.
I guess maybe all of it is poisoned. Maybe then no difference would be there.
I mean, if that goblet is poisoned and the entire thing is poisoned, then we know that it was likely poison that killed him, so...
Perhaps so, yes.
But if we don't have a way to cure the poison or stop it, it's probably a dangerous thing to do.
Yes, probably do not want to go drinking perhaps poisonous things. Seems ill-advised.
Agree. The
10 gold to those who drink it.
You are downstairs. Shut up. You can do that when they arrive.
The small picture, is it like a picture
Like it's like
in
a
the
small.
frame?
There's like the big painting behind the desk, and then there's on the desk a small photo of a small painting of someone crying, happy, holding a spotted bear.
I want to pick it up and look behind it and investigate it and see if there's anything written anywhere on
Make
it.
an investigation check.
$23.
It's a picture.
Okay.
Nothing special about it.
Aizen lifts the rug if he is able to in the room. See if there's anything
Make an
under the
investigation
rug.
check. It'll be a lot of investigation. We're doing a murder mystery. There's going to be investigations.
9.
This rug is expensive, but there is nothing under it.
Okay.
So we just have to wait for Diz to get up here.
Yes,
Okay.
I
See if he
suppose
knows
so.
the password.
Tell you what, how late are people willing to go today, as players?
I can probably go for another 45 minutes.
So
I
you need
like
to.
a little bit of time before practice.
Okay. Then let's have another very quick, please, 3-minute break because I personally need to pee. And then we'll swap from that to Wolford Leonhardt, and we're probably going to end up picking this up next session from how this has been going.
Oof.
Now you don't.
Are you saying that we're not the best investigators?
No, you're doing fine. But there's a lot in the room to check out, so I don't know how far you guys want to be. So, yes. Alrighty. So, cool. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes, give or take. Basically enough time to go down, for me to run downstairs, grab another beer, run upstairs, pee, run upstairs. Not in that order. Everyone else, usual deal. We will see you all in a moment. Hope you're all enjoying.
Yee.
Thank you very much for watching. Be right back.
Cool.
Yup.
Welcome back, everyone. So, after that quick break, Kaizan and Javari are continuing to investigate upstairs, but we will jump downstairs to see what Woof and Leonhardt are up to. So, Woof and Leonhardt, you have access to the party guests. How do you want to go about this?
So
Also, this is the weirdest fan fiction of Shaggy and Scooby-Doo I've ever seen.
So Leonhardt, so all the things. Okay, so all things considered, Leonhardt would assume that despite all the shortcomings that Woof has, he would probably, because of his animalistic nature, have a good way of telling if people are honest or not.
Alrighty.
That's what he would assume from all that, he's learned from interacting with Woof, that Woof is probably the most honest person he's ever met. So maybe, okay, so he's going to approach Woof and say, Woof, listen, this is a really interesting and also very important situation that we find ourselves in. A murder happened when it was supposed to be a fake one. Now,
Yeah.
would you be so kind and help me in finding out whether the people that we're going to interrogate are telling the truth or not. Do you think you could do that?
I could certainly do my best.
Okay. Now, don't freak out about everything they say. Very important. Let's keep this professional. But if you at any given point have serious assumption to believe that the person that I'm going to be interrogating does not tell the truth or gets nervous or, you know, all that suspicious behavior, then why let's make a secret sign. How do you like that?
Okay, yeah.
So the secret sign that you can then pass on to me would be to give me a very gentle push on my foot. So you can bump your foot into mine.
Okay.
Great. Is Diz in the room at the moment?
Yes.
Okay. So before we commence Woof, I shall exchange a couple of words with Diz, and then we're gonna get right onto it.
Okay, I'll be here.
Diz? And Leonhard waves him over.
Dis makes his way over. Yes.
Now, I'm going to be interrogating the people gathered here. Before we do that, though, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Would you be so kind and respond to them?
Yes, of course. I will cooperate whatever way you need.
First question: did Lord Papyrus have any sort of enemies? People that wanted, that didn't like him? People that wanted ill things to befall him?
I mean, not that I know of. Everyone loved him. He's great. He's an entertainer. He taught me everything I know.
Has there at any given point in time ever been reason to assume that someone was disappointed, someone was not happy with Lord Papyrus?
Nothing I would know of. Like I said, I just
Any
learn from him and do odd jobs around. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't taught me a huge amount of magic, but he's done enough.
Mm-hmm. Family members, former lovers, anything of that sort?
He's an orphan. He definitely has a former lover. She's here. But I don't know a huge amount about it. I just learn from him and do stuff around the house. I have a lot of jobs around here.
How much time how much time did you spend on a regular basis with Lord Papyrus?
I mean, I've worked here for about 8 years. I mean, I feel incredibly fortunate to work here. Outside of learning magic, the little bit he does teach me, I do chamber pot warming / emptying, dove wrangling, boot shining, cape pressing, grocery shopping, answering fan mail. I do everything for him.
And could you tell me who, like, this entire manor, this entire piece of land, it all belonged, to Lord Papyrus?
Yeah.
Now, is there some sort of testament in the case of potential and sudden death?
Not that I know of.
Any family members? Any children of his?
No, he was a young man. It's all in his name that I know of. I don't know if there is a will. I don't know about it.
Mm-hmm. Would you consider yourself one of Lord Papyrus's most trusted and closest friends?
I would hope so.
Now, you may not like to hear this, Diz, but your responses, your answers are not very helping.
Oh.
For a man that's been under service of Lord Papyrus for 8 years.
He keeps to himself. I'm here to learn.
What was the greatest thing Lord Papyrus taught you?
I mean, he taught me how to throw fire.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I thought so too.
Any other specialities in Lord Papyrus's art of magic?
Oh, I mean, his magic, it was I mean, as you've seen, he can summon doves at will. That was definitely That was definitely in his repertoire. He was a genius. Anything you can think of, he was into it.
Could you throw a ball of fire right now if I demanded you to do so?
Yes, of course.
Follow me, please. Leonhard would go to the nearest window.
Okay.
Can I like insight check anything like that
Of
you're
course,
saying?
just anytime you want to do so, let me know.
Okay, I'm gonna check him right now.
Okay. For which bit?
Oh shit!
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You are currently you're listening to this, but you're enraptured by hearing Leonhardt in a very different manner to what you've seen before. He's very serious. It's the most serious you've ever seen Leonhardt.
Okay, so once we get close to the nearest window, I would say, can you freely choose the size of this fireball?
It's not so much a ball, more a bolt. Like a small note of fire.
Okay. Shit, no, you can't do that. Well, the idea I just had might result in utter chaos. We should probably turn around and what is the floor made of?
Marble.
Why don't you toss a firebolt in that corner of the room? And he would select a corner where there's no like wood or nothing that could catch fire.
Alrighty. You see him he pulls out a wand, waves his hand, and bolt of fire flies across the room and into the corner. The servants give a polite round of applause while still also looking very concerned about their job security.
Did Leonhard feel any heat?
Yeah. It was
Well,
as far as you could tell, it was fire.
Most impressive, Diz. Any other things you were taught by Lord Papyrus?
I mean, a couple. But nothing as impressive as that. Like, I can mend things. I can message people across a long distance.
I see. Telepathy, you may call that.
Kinda.
How many people are gathered in this room? How many guests, sorry?
The servants are in and out, heading back and forth from the kitchen because they're trying to passate the guests with alcohol. But
So it's the old lady,
there is
if she's,
you two.
if she's awake.
Nope. Mrs. Albert is still unconscious. Dis,
Okay.
the rotund guy, and the elf woman.
Okay. Could you give me a short summary of each of the guests and what their relationship with Lord Papyrus was?
I certainly can. Points. I mean, just himself first. I mean, again, I'm Lord Papyrus's trusty intern / apprentice. I'm learning. Gestures over to the very rotund man in the corner. That is Pathos Gloombright. They once studied together at one of the magic schools. I don't know which one. He's apparently studying a sort of kind of new and apparently very unpopular school of magic called Necromancy. Not entirely sure how it works. But that's what he's doing. Those two chat about that on and off. Seems weird but nice. Gestures over to the elven woman. That's Kira. She is Lord Papyrus's ex-girlfriend and hired assassin. They dated for a few months.
Excuse me, hired assassin?
Oh yeah, she's an assassin for hire. Not like right now, as far as I hope not.
Interesting. Go on.
Yeah, they worked together. They met at a concert. From what I remember, that's all he ever told me. From what I heard, Lord Papyrus wanted more from the relationship, and they broke up. That
Who
just so
ended this relationship?
hang on. Notes are a wonderful thing. It was pretty mutual. What I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Sad but sweet. Just so we tell Mrs. Albert. That's Mrs. Albert. Someone should probably try and wake her up. She's the widow of Lord Papyrus's teacher, Ludwig Albert. They were friends of Papyrus's parents, and were in fact named as godparents. She's just kind. She's nice. She's been around basically longer than a lot longer than I have. And that's everyone.
Thank you very much, Diz. Could you please fetch or summon our cart driver, Lady Laura Allename?
Sure, okay. No, I can't do that.
You have my permission to summon her and open the door just for her.
I really don't want to.
And
Someone
could
killed
you specify?
Someone killed my master. I don't want to risk opening the door. I'm taking a risk trusting you.
If I were to accompany you to make sure that only her and just her would enter the room, would you be so kind to do it?
Come with me.
If Leonhart wanted you dead, he would have killed you already, just letting you know.
That's not encouraging.
You're still alive, so...
Tell you what, come with me. Gestures you both towards one of the back doors you head through, and you end up heading through a kitchen where you see the servants working away, pouring multiple goblets of champagne and wine. Heads to a back door where you see him take a shiny key out of his pocket. Doesn't unlock the door, but taps it on the door, and you see a shimmer on the door, and he opens it. Be quick. Knock on the door 4 times when you want to come back in.
That we shall do. Wolf, come with me.
Yes!
Wolf, excuse me. You stay with this.
Oh, okay.
And come over here, Wolf. And
Yeah.
whispers in his ear. And follow him. Don't leave him alone. And if it does anything suspicious, you let me know. You be a good watchdoggy.
Yeah, okay, I will.
Fantastic. And then Leonard would be on his way to get to Laura Ellename.
Yeah, we'll skip ahead and say you're able to retreat first. She's going.
Yeah.
She's going to listen to you, and she will
Okay.
come back. Wolf, do you have anything you want to say to Dis? While
Just
Leonhardt's
gonna
away.
Watch him like a hawk. And...
He is
Like,
waiting
like,
by the
hold
door,
on
ready
to
for
him.
Leonhardt to return.
And he's gonna stay that way if I have anything to do with it.
He's like glancing from the door, and just like on the other occasion, just like just glancing at you, staring at him, and he's just like still staring. Alrighty, cool. After a little bit,
as soon
Leonhardt,
as
you
Leonhardt-
make it back.
Yeah, returns. He knocks the key against the door 4 times.
Oh no, he can give you the key. Just knock on the door. 4
okay,
times,
okay.
yeah.
Just knocks 4 times.
Okay, the door is. Wolf, you see the key tapped against the door. Door opens. Leonhardt and Laura Allename enter.
Okay. On my way, by the way, I would have briefed Laura of what happened.
Yeah, no worries.
And-
We're the interest of time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we can move back into the party room and start the interrogation.
Okay. The interest of time again. You'll make your way back in.
And Wolf and Laura, feel free to follow me. The first person I would
Okay.
like to ask questions in the name of Homeland Security on the case of the murder or potential murder and death of Lord Papyrus would be. He points towards the elven woman, Kira.
Dis walks over and brings Kira over to you. You're in a corner, like secluded, so people aren't able to listen to each other. Kira steps over once again, leather outfit, very beautiful elven woman, leather outfit, hood that's down, covered in weaponry.
Mhm.
And how can I help you?
Kira, to make things clear, and I'm going to be very blunt and honest with you, you are being a suspect in this case. Anything that you say can and will potentially be used against you.
I had guessed. Just because I'm an assassin doesn't mean I kill people for fun.
I would never
There
assume
are a
this.
lot of statements wrong or things wrong with that statement.
It is a job, not for fun.
Not only are you a hired professional killer, as you said, you're also you've been in a relationship with Lord Papyrus. That would provide you with a believable motive.
I want to insight check her on. I don't kill for fun. Sorry, I just realized.
Sure, go for it.
Alright.
No worries on that. She might find
That's
some
not
enjoyment.
good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I dated him, but we ended it amicably. We're still friends. Sorry, I need to get
How
back
long
in the voice.
have
We
you
are still
been?
friends.
How long have you been together?
Longer than he will tell you. We dated for about 12 years.
12 years, without
Okay.
any fixed relationship.
I put it. He thought we were dating for 12 years. I thought we were dating for a few months.
So, what was your description of this relationship then?
I thought we were friends with benefits for a while and then dated for 2 months.
And these benefits
He clearly
included?
wanted. Do you not know the term friends with benefits?
I do. Was it on a professional level? Did you
no.
gain anything from this?
No. I mean, yes, but no.
Mm-hmm. Say no
Not on a
more.
professional basis.
Mm-hmm.
Leonhard, I don't understand.
Wolf, they were very good friends and both gained lots of pleasure
we
from
enjoyed
meeting
each
each other.
other's company.
Oh, so in a way, you guys are kind of all like my friends with benefits.
Do you have friends of benefit, Wolf?
You are definitely Wolf's friend with benefit. Yes, Wolf,
I
that is definitely
benefit
the
from
case.
you and Kaizen and Shivari.
Yes. Whenever you introduce people to yourself, whenever you introduce your friends, you should introduce them as friends with benefits, because people will like that.
Okay.
She
Well,
gives you, she
Lady
gives you a
Kira?
sarcastic smirk.
Mm-hmm. Lady Kira, do you know if Lord Papyrus has any family members or children that are standing or that were standing close to him?
Not that I know of. He wanted children.
You-
It's one of the reasons why I wasn't really into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a career woman. Children aren't helpful in that. At
Who was the last
certainly
person
not in
you
my line of
assassinated?
work. That'd be telling.
Who was the last person you assassinated?
That would be telling.
One can try. Wolf, is there anything you would like to ask this question? Like to ask this lady?
Did you do it?
No?
Insight check.
The simplest way. No. So it seems to be honest.
Hmm.
She looks up to as you finish. Like, are you done?
One final question, Lady
Why,
Kira.
you got somewhere you need to be?
No, but you are all strangers in this house, and my ex just died. That seems suspicious. Do you not believe? Do you not agree?
No, because I am Homeland Security, and if you want to make false accusations, you could very well just accompany us to home.
I am not accusing anyone, much like you are not. I am just saying that I have also met many corrupt guards and security. I'm just
Well,
saying.
One of
you
these
have-
guys saved a village from goblins, and you kill people, so
I saved an empire from a dictator.
that sounds fake.
Fake news.
Well, let's keep this discussion somewhat professional. My final question to you, Lady Kira, before I'm done with you, is as a professional assassin and a lady with, I'm sure, lots of talents, is there any person you would suspect that's present in this house that could have done the murder?
You and your friends. You are the ones who are new here. You have clearly taken the place of someone who was invited. You have infinite opportunities. You could have been hired to do anything if you were in the same line of work as me. You are the people I'm most suspicious of.
Would you then be so kind and provide us with professional insight to potentially find the way, the cause of death of
I
Lord
would need to
Papyrus?
check the body.
Dis, take this woman to Lord Papyrus and
I
make
was
her
just
help,
heading up there
Kaito.
now.
Here we go. Okay.
We'll give you guys one more person, and then I think, because Dakota, you assume you want to end
Yeah.
in like 12 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll pick up with Shivari and Kaizan as the start of next session, but for now, Leonhard and Wolf, you have 12 minutes to go to someone else
Okay.
if you wish.
Wolf, what is your opinion on this woman?
I don't like her very much at all. She seems very suspicious.
I never thought we would have this. We would have anything in common, but on this matter, I fully agree with you.
Don't worry, I won't listen to her. I'll keep the fact that we're friends with benefits to a secret.
Fantastic. Now, Wolf, since we are such good friends of benefit, why don't you choose the next person that we interrogate?
Oh, it would probably be the Gloombright fellow, because he's the one that's awake.
I fucking love this.
And
dude.
Miss Owlbear is very sweet.
Would you be so kind and fetch him over?
Hey, excuse me, sir, with the rigs. Could you come over here, please?
Of course. He makes his way over to you. Good day. May I be of assistance to you?
Absolutely. My name is Sir Leonhard von Graver. I work for Homeland Security, and I'm here to help unveiling some of the mist and find out who or what the cause of this murder or of this death, on Lord Papyrus could have been. Now, I overheard that you were good friends with him.
Yes, we studied together.
Very well. When was the last time that you saw Lord Papyrus before this party happened?
His last birthday. His last 40th birthday.
Interesting. And could you share any insight with us as to, did Lord Papyrus have anyone, people, colleagues, family members that had or bore an ill will towards him? Frankly speaking, enemies.
My personal opinion is Lord Papyrus is a trickster, and he is probably faking this and will reveal himself soon.
And
Oh, I hope so.
what makes you assume so?
Because he has always been a trickster.
Has he done anything like that before? Faking his own death?
He did it once to get out of class.
Oh, how do you do that?
He did an illusion of himself floating face down in the river.
Interesting. And this illusion was so believable that people fell for it?
Yes.
Now, as a fellow expert on magic, since I am incapable of casting any, if such an illusion was to be created, how would you be able to tell and separate the fake body from the real one?
Illusions cannot be touched. Unless they are implanted in the mind. If this body was implanted in the mind, then this would be beyond my own magical capabilities.
Oh, but Kai didn't check the pulse.
Then if he touched it, it is probably a decoy or some kind of magic to believe that people are dead.
Would you assume that someone, you called him a trickster, was capable of creating such illusionary magic?
Oh yes, absolutely. He is all about lying.
That means you are not worried about Lord Papyrus being dead for real?
No, I am sure he is fine.
If Lord Papyrus were to, let's assume, he truly acted the way you expected to be, where would he be hiding? The real Papyrus?
You are all strangers. I'd assume him to be one of you. He cannot resist being the star.
And would you find great pleasure in exposing him, good sir?
I could not care either way. Let him have his games.
What if one of us were to take great pleasure in exposing him? What would we have to do?
Reveal that he is faking.
And what would be the best way to do this?
Find his clues. Prove them as fakes. If you wish to bring any particular clues to me, I can discern magical items.
This was a very helpful conversation, good sir. I take it that you would be of assistance if we were to require your help in this?
This party was boring. If it gets me out of here, then yes.
I'll tell you what, the sooner we solve this mystery, the quicker you can leave.
Then, like I said, I will be of assistance.
Are you familiar with everyone present at this party?
Except for you all. You and your ilk.
Does anyone give you reason to assume that they are not who they pretend to be? Of the people that you're familiar with, of course.
Everyone seems to be who they are. From what I can tell. I can detect magical deception if you wish.
That would be very, very practical.
As you wish. He mutters to himself for a second, looks around. No one in this room is casting magical deception.
Okay. Now, my final question to you, good sir. What would you assume to be the most precious belonging of Lord Papyrus in this building?
good question. His most precious belonging would probably be his diploma.
Mm-hmm. Now, okay. Well, that was it for now. Thank you very much. And if there's anything we need you for, we would let you know immediately.
Let me know how I can help so this can be over with.
Perhaps you could join us and take a closer look at this body or decoy, whatever it may be.
Of course, I might be able to detect deception there.
And Dizzy mentioned that you had a very peculiar field of research going on at the moment. Would you mind elaborating on this one before we move on?
In 2 minutes.
I am in the study of necromancy. I believe that dead bodies can be put to use as workers for the good of mankind, to make them useful working the fields and general labor jobs.
Would Leonhard know if necromancy was illegal?
Make a history check? History or Arcana? I'll allow either.
Okay. History it shall be.
You barely heard of rumors of such magics. You've heard of revive spells, which are still very uncommon. Like stuff that can bring back. Animating a body? That's different. You've not heard a huge amount about that, and there doesn't appear to be a general consensus on it yet.
Okay. So it's not like a law that says you do not reanimate bodies.
Not yet.
Okay. Well then, follow me, gentlemen, and we shall take a closer look at the corpse.
Of course.
The corpse again.
Alrighty. Then with that, we will start next session with Diz and Kira arriving for with Kaizen and Shivari. And that's where we'll pick up next session. Jinxie, because it seems like you have to leave, what are you up to next week?
What am I up to next week? I am playing some heroes, playing some D&D, good stuff. Support Tetris, support all these fine, lovely people. They're wonderful.
Do you have a Gilly Shocks game?
We have one today, actually.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's like soon. So what stream? Is that on stream?
Yes, I'm not sure who's streaming it. I don't think it's Baja.
Are you going to tweet it out?
I will tweet it, yeah.
Then if you guys hit !players, you will find Twitter links to all the players. If you follow Jinxie, as you should follow every player in this game, you'll be able to find exactly what stream that game is on and be able to support Jinxie in her next game.
Thanks, everybody.
No worries. Cameras are about to fuck up because I assume Jinxie's about to leave.
I can just turn it off.
Okay, no worries. Alrighty. So, again, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Let's jump to... I guess we just did Jinxie, so let's just fucking do crazy out of order and do Faye. And just do a random order.
Not really sure I'm going to be doing this week. A game called Outward comes out, I think, tomorrow.
I have heard about that. Not looked into it yet.
I'll be playing that, probably streaming it. And then other than that, I might start streaming StarCraft again this week. I'm not sure.
Oh, shit. What race? That's an important question.
I play Zerg.
No, that's fair enough.
Better than play Protoss.
Whoa.
I mean, I play random, so I was literally just going to do the exact same reaction no matter what. Alrighty, but once again, !player, you will find links to the Twitters and Twitch links of everyone except for Jinxie, who has a Streamlabs link if you want to donate to her to support her in her efforts to get a good PC and internet. So yeah, Faye, potentially StarCraft and Outlands? Outward, fair enough.
Yep.
Alrighty, let's jump up to the top and go to Karoan.
Probably also might as well stream some Outward. Probably be doing that tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I do have D&D tomorrow as well though on twitch.tv. Encounter Joshua.
Yeah.
Playing their new campaign. That should be at 4 p.m. Central
More D&D,
time.
always good in everyone's life.
Mm-hmm. More D&D. Yeah. Pretty much it. Follow me on Twitter, just at Crone. On Twitch at Crone as well.
Alrighty. And Kendrick.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I had a lot of fun in this mysterious investigative episode. And I'm going to be streaming all week long. Tomorrow, more Sekiro. We're going to try to beat that game this week, hopefully. And I'm actually going to return to Heroes for once, twice this week, to check out the new Storm League that is coming this week.
Oh yeah, they're changing that, aren't they?
Yeah, so they're fusing Team League and Hero League together.
What
And
days you doing that?
I saw Chris tweet that out on Twitter earlier, that the highest you could place after your placement games was Diamond 5.
Oh,
So
that's
all
pretty
these
good.
years,
I like
they
that.
finally
Improvements.
changed that.
Yeah. So, what days are you playing that?
On Wednesday when it's live on Europe, and Friday.
This week?
Yes.
Want to play together?
So the day after tomorrow and Friday.
Want a duo? Or more than
Sure,
duo?
man. Hit me up. Anytime.
I'll poke you about it. See what we're doing, because I do plan on streaming
Yep.
Heroes at some point this week. Which is
Cool.
my plan. Heroes Apex. You guys know my deal. Heroes Apex D&D. Those are the things that I do.
Nice.
I am working on my next voiced D&D memes video. I am planning on sending all of these people messages to voice potentially in it once I have the full
Oh.
selection. If any of you have any of your favorite D&D memes that have not appeared in the first video, which you can find on my YouTube channel, which is just Tetcha, then send them to me on the Discord in the D&D chat and let me know. But yeah, I am currently planning and writing a second one of those. I hope you all enjoyed the first one.
Nice.
And yeah, support everyone who plays in this game. There's a Patreon link in the chat. There's, as we said, Twitch links where you can donate and sub and all those lovely things to everyone who is playing this game. And again, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Again, this was a more creative thing, using something a little bit pre-written. Because we didn't finish it, I'm not going to link it this session. I'm just going to say that once again, I'm going to... The best thing I can say is thank you to Acquisitions Incorporated for the initial concept, and can work from there. Please avoid spoilers, everyone, if you are interested. If you're interested in spoilers, then I'm sure you'll find it from there. But again, thank you for an incredibly creative stuff with all the details in it, because writing a D&D thing every week is fucking hard, guys. It's really hard. It's hard, it's stressful, along with regular streaming stuff. But I hope you all
I
enjoyed.
can totally tell.
I'm so excited to see what you guys do next week. I hope you took notes, or at least rewatched the stream to remember what you did.
Yeah.
Because that's the issue with taking an investigative thing partway through. But yeah, everyone, thank you all very much for watching. And I hope you will tune in next time. My stream is off on Tuesday, but all these lovely people will probably be streaming. So make sure you follow them all, !players, to follow every single one of them. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you very much.